Right, we're good. Yo, what up, Rando? What up, homie? Gotta put some music on, man. Ding dong. Some weird things was happening in the Discord. I know somebody hacked into my Discord and started messing with it. I almost got them all deleted. It just takes forever. But yeah, I don't know. Just crazy stuff. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about a few things today. About the eBay Vero program. I'm also in the middle of going through diecast cars from that diecast car storage unit that we got back in April of last year. We actually found some really cool gems. Whichever ones that aren't going for crazy amounts of money, we are throwing them in a big pile, and we're just gonna auction them off on eBay, and whatever I get for them, I get for them. Yo, Rando, there's one thing I want to show you them. So this is a regular size coffee mug, okay? This is how big my hands are. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, look how big my hands are. Like, my hands are huge, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Ordy, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. We're gonna get into the topics here, shortly. And a lot of things that I got to talk about because I'm a very frustrated reseller right now. So, and hopefully maybe some of y'all can give me some advice on how to go about doing things, because at this point I'm kind of lost. Russo, what's going on? I'm fixing to go to work today. I'll watch it when I get back home. I wanted to say good to see you again, Russo. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see you here. Always supporting the channel. Have fun at work today. I'm going to be working quite a bit myself today. Yeah, that's not right. I still have a chip too, so it's hard for me to talk sometimes. It's weird. Certain words will come out right, but then certain words just won't really sound right to me. So I have to reiterate it. But yes, very, very frustrated reseller today. And I'll explain. So I guess we can go ahead and get into it. So before I get into that, but yeah, like I said, we're going over diecast cars from the storage unit that I bought back in April. They had all those diecast cars. I'm actually starting to go through like the actual like cases and stuff. There's no really telling what's in here. There's like I think 8 cases of these. I got done with one, and then I got a whole bunch of diecast cars over here to my right that are worth selling individually, usually like $10 and up. But there's actually like a $50 one in there. There's some good solid stuff. But yeah, I'm going through this today while I'm doing a live stream, and yeah, we're gonna see which ones we're gonna be able to resell and which ones we're just gonna put up for auction, and all that good stuff. And after I'm done with the live stream, I will then start listing this stuff. So long story short, I got a Vero back on January 2nd, I believe. No, February 2nd. It's already March. Dang. Yeah, this year's already going by quick. So yeah. So February 2nd, I got hit with a unauthorized copy item, which was a Canon camera battery. Now, the issue with that is I didn't know people fake Canon batteries. Like I like who would have thought it? And I ended up getting a unauthorized copy. I contacted Canon and it actually was a fake. So, you know, I'll take responsibility for my actions and I got a 3-day suspension. Now, I didn't realize they actually faked Canon batteries of all things. It's only worth like $20, you know, not worth a whole lot. And that's the crazy thing to me. So long story short, I ended up getting another unauthorized copy hit yesterday. So now I'm back on a 3-day suspension. And let me see if I can take this thing off. There we go. And it was for a DVD set of all things, and I got the DVD set right here. That way, you guys can be informed on this. So I actually found this at the bin store for $5 with my brother and my wife. And this is what it is. It's called Road to Avon Lea. So this is actually a real authentic, not a copy, but it's real authentic. And I ended up getting an unauthorized copy from the brand called Sullivan Entertainment. And what makes me frustrated about this is there's nothing on the Vero program, right? There's nothing on the Vero program. There's nothing. I even Googled Sullivan Entertainment, Vero, something. Nothing pops up. So essentially, this is under the company's discretion, whether or not who is able to sell their product. And this is where I'm frustrated. This right here is $125 to $150 DVD set. That's the crazy thing about it. Granted, you know, only got $5. But it's like, man, like this is very, very frustrating. This is why I made my second account about a month ago. That way I keep getting paid and you know, put other stuff on there and just hopefully not get any Vero because and that's the problem with eBay. The eBay's Vero program is so crap. And I get it, you know, it's the seller's responsibility to make sure that they are allowed to sell every item. But here's the thing. It's so hard to do that because essentially what eBay is telling me to do is that I need to get permission from every single company that I wanted to sell. So if I wanted to sell Matchbox, obviously Matchbox doesn't care for my knowledge. You can sell diecast cards all day, no problem, you know, whatever. But then it's like I have a DVD set. I'll probably say I've at least sold 50 DVD sets, if not more, probably more, because I've been doing this for almost 2 years. And this DVD set gets hit with an unauthorized copy, and it is authentic, it's real, all that good stuff. But just because it was an unauthorized copy, not a fake, but unauthorized copy, and I'm not allowed to sell Sullivan Entertainment products, and that's the frustrating thing because I can't go off anything. And it would be very hard for every single buyer or every single seller to call each company, email them, whatever, and try to get, you know, authorization to sell the products. And that's the frustrating thing for me because I try to do everything in my book to not get Veroed. Now, obviously, the Canon battery, I didn't realize that people actually fake those because it was 100% faked. I did my own research afterwards. But now I'm on a 3-day suspension. I can't list. I get all my payouts withheld, and I have to wait till the 3-day suspension, which won't be until Friday at 10:30 at night. And the issue with that is even if I got sent out a payout, it probably wouldn't be in my bank account until Monday anyways, because it's the weekend. So yeah, it's just very, very, very frustrating. You know, on Mercari, there's something that they do. Mercari is like, if you put something on Mercari's listing and let's say it's unauthorized or you're not allowed to sell it, Mercari will literally just take the listing down, send you a message and saying, hey, you cannot sell this item. Hope you understand. No risk to your account, yada yada yada. That's the way it should be. It's like YouTube, right? If I upload a video and there's copyrighted music, they actually give you the option to replace the music, or you can share the monetization. And that's the way it should be. You know, they don't give you a copyright strike. They don't do anything. And that's kind of the way my mind is. You know, every small reseller, every big reseller will never be able to fully ask permission for every single person. Speaking of that, I actually got a cease and desist letter from me selling a product over on Amazon. And the scary thing is I'm a small reseller, you know. I actually get my LLC this month to make sure this type of stuff doesn't happen. And the cease and desist letter is down in my garage. I meant to bring it up. But I sold one product of theirs for $28. Kid you not, I got it for $1 at Black Friday deals bin store. I got it for $1 and I sold it for $28, free shipping, of course. And the funny thing about it was they sent me a cease and desist letter, FedEx overnight. So that means I'm pretty sure they spent, I would imagine, maybe more than $28, especially if it's an overnight package, to send me a cease and desist letter where they were like, hey, listen, if you do not do this, we will basically sue you for litigation, yada, yada, yada. You must take down all products and cease all future sales of their product. The product was Thorn Products, THORNE. So don't sell that brand because it's like supplements or something. So I basically had to contact them, leave them a message saying, hey, my name is Brandon. My Amazon account is called the Georgia Picker. I have read the cease and desist letter. My apologies. I'm a small reseller. I did sell one item for $28, and that's my apologies. I appreciate you actually giving me a warning. And that's the way it should be. There should be, and yes, there are warnings, yes. But at the same time, it'd be different if it was like, for example, let's say I listed this, boom, got hit with a Vero, right? Let's say a month from now, I forgot about it. Boom. I try to sell the same thing. Now we're talking about suspension. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, you shouldn't sell unauthorized copies, yeah, because you're not going to ever really fully get permission from every single company. And that's the problem. There has to be something that they can do to help small resellers, because that's what eBay was founded upon. It was founded upon small resellers. And there have been articles where they're actually saying that they actually want to be like the biggest sneaker selling company out there, for resellers and stuff like that. They made it a statement that they want to bring in a lot more newer items, modern day type stuff, and essentially cycle out small resellers from a couple of the articles that I've read about eBay. And I don't think that will ever be the case, but with stuff like this, it's very, very frustrating because it's like, okay, where would I go if, let's say, I didn't want to sell on eBay anymore? Is there Mercari? There's Poshmark. There's other platforms, but I don't really see any crazy growth like I do eBay. eBay has been very good to me. And yes, you got to take the negative with the positive, and that's what I try to do. I try to be extremely positive, and I try to do everything. I try to do my due diligence to make sure that I'm doing all the right things, but then I still get hit with a Vero because of a freaking DVD set. Like it's crazy. It's not a fake. It's 100% real. It's sealed, everything. You can't even sell this over on Amazon, so because they control their sales over there as well. So very, very frustrating. But yeah, the eBay definitely needs to figure out something with their Vero though. But yeah, Orty, it's crazy though. It is absolutely crazy, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But I like the way Mercari does it though. Mercari, there's something that you're not allowed to sell. They just send you a message. They take it down. No harm, no foul. And that's the crazy thing. Yo, Mike, what's good, man? What is good? We're talking a little bit about the Vero. I'm on a 3-day suspension right now, and frustrating times. But it is what it is. It actually gives me 3 days to kind of sit down, go through my death pile. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going through diecast cars from that storage unit that I was talking to y'all about in the live stream that I got back in April of last year. And I'm starting to go through the 8 cases of these. There are a couple of redliners in here. They're like $30, $60. No real big, $1,000, redliners, but at least so far. But yeah, the Vero program is definitely flawed for people though. It's very frustrating. Yeah, Mike, could you imagine this is why I got a 3-day suspension because of a DVD set? It's 100% real. Like it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. It's I don't know. It kind of messes with me, man. Because anytime I haven't sold something in particular, I always look it up on the Vero page. I try even Googling like the brand and then Vero afterwards because there's forums and there's Reddit and a bunch of other stuff that people can complain about on. And I didn't find nothing and thought I was good. And sure enough, like 3 days later, I got hit with a Vero. So just frustrating stuff. Yeah, on eBay, Mike. Yeah, on eBay. Yeah, it's I got hit from Sullivan Entertainment. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's the brand right there in the orange and blue. Sullivan Entertainment. Yeah, It's interesting. For a DVD set, I've sold at least 50 plus DVD sets, definitely probably in the hundreds, but I've never got hit with one. But this one particular one, I got hit with an unauthorized copy, Mike. So essentially, I'm not allowed to sell their product. It wasn't fake. It wasn't anything like that. It's just a DVD set. It is lame. I mean, it's $125 to $150 DVD set too. So I'm not allowed to sell it over on eBay. So it is what it is. Still gonna make money on the item, but it's just crazy. They have banned me before for selling airsoft gun holsters. That's weird. I'm actually selling some gel blaster M416 guns on there and like plastic toys. That's crazy. Doddy, how are you doing today? Welcome. We're just talking a little bit about being on a temporary suspension over on eBay, and we're looking stuff up and all that good stuff. We definitely got some videos coming out. Let me see here. Let me see what video is coming up next, because we did a bin store video yesterday. We have been filming like crazy. So let me see what is next here. GoPro videos. Okay, so we got another bin store video that looks like a what sold video, then a bin store video. Oh, and then I did a private pick. So yeah, we got tons of stuff coming up though. Yeah, Mike, that's crazy though. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That don't make no sense at all. Oh, I meant to go to the gym this morning, but I could not wake up because y'all, I don't know if any of y'all really know. I have a narcolepsy, so essentially I fall asleep at like random times. So like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to say how I'm able to get a lot of stuff done, because I do sleep a lot during the day. But it's like my narcolepsy. I take Ritalin, and whenever I take my Ritalin, and I go to bed at night. So let's say I take it twice a day. So let's say that I take it in the morning whenever I wake up, and then I might take it around like 2:00. Whenever I go to bed, I crash hard off of Ritalin. And it's the only thing that 70% of the time it works, 30% it doesn't. I've been working with my doctor through the VA, to like, what else can we do? Because I told him, I'm in a very fortunate, blessed situation where I work for myself and all that. But I told him, what happens if, something happens to this and I have to go get a job? And they're like, yeah, you're supported by the, what is it called? The Veteran Protection Act or something like that, to where they can't fire you due to your disability. But at the same time, it's like, who's going to hire somebody who falls asleep in acting where you can actually make good money? And I told them, there's something that has to give. And they told me to go to the gym, which is what I've been doing. Been going to the gym. I'm strong. I'm a strong man, I'll tell you that. I have been drinking majority of water. I will have caffeine every now and then, like my coffee. I'm doing everything that they're telling me to do, but sometimes it's not enough, maybe it's in my head. I don't know. But I am fighting it. You have insomnia? Yeah. And that's kind of what I have too. I have insomnia as well. So the science behind narcolepsy is, so there's a chemical in your brain. All right. So normal people, they wake up, and as they're walking around, waking up, that chemical will increase, which will make you more awake. Right. So you might jump in the shower. Some people actually think the shower wakes them up. It's actually not. It's actually the chemical raising up, because you're moving around, you're getting the blood flowing and all that. And that's kind of what mine is. Mine is like the opposite. So let's say during the day where your chemical in your brain is like heightened to the fullest, all of a sudden mine will just randomly just start casually going down. And then I'll lose like 50% of my, I have a thing called cataplexy too, where my muscles, so imagine like I'm able to lift, let's just say 200 pounds, right? 200 pounds, I can do that 10 reps, right? Well, if my cataplexy happens, I might be lucky to lift up 50 pounds, because that's how weak I am. And that's cataplexy is essentially you lose control of your muscles. So that's what I have. But narcolepsy is very weird. So if I try to go to bed at night, sometimes that chemical will just rise up, and that's where my insomnia comes from. I also have like nightmares. I had a really bad nightmare last night, and I have sleep paralysis. And whenever I did my narcolepsy test, they saw me have my sleep paralysis, and essentially, normal people. I can't remember what they said. I think they said normal people will go into like REM sleep where you're dreaming, which is your rapid eye movement. I want to say it's like normally like 12 minutes or 8 minutes or something. I go into REM sleep in like 1 minute and like 20 seconds or something like that. It's like extremely quick. But yeah, that's the reason why I got out of the military though. I couldn't serve no more because of my issues. But I mean, it is what it is though. Narcolepsy it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. I think like one in every like 200,000 people have it. I think. Oh no. It's fewer than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. Treatment can help, but this condition can't be cured. Requires a medical diagnosis. Yada. Yo, Papa Bear Picker, welcome. I'm sorry, brother. I hope you get better. Hey, I'm trying. That's the greatest thing about being positive. Sometimes that positive mentality and all that can really help sometimes. So I try to stay positive. I really do. I think that's why I keep myself busy, because I've noticed that if I keep my mind busy, and that's probably why I enjoy building Legos too, is it helps me with like my anxiety and all that. So I think that's probably why building Legos really helps me stay awake and doing research on stuff and all that, because it does keep my mind off of it. But yeah, narcolepsy is a pain in the butt though. I will say that. Manifest and live it. You got it. Big facts. Big facts. I will say though, there are times where I can't control it. Like there's the other night, me and my wife, because so my wife enjoys Harry Potter like a lot. She is a Harry Potter freak, and we got through all the Harry Potters, and she wanted me to watch Fantastic Beasts with her, and I was like, okay, I'll watch. I watched the first one all the way through, no problems. And I remember getting off of the computer after I was done working, whatever. I sat down with her about 9 o'clock at night. I wasn't really tired at all. And I wanted to watch it. And we probably got 40 minutes through. And all of a sudden, you just see me do this. And it was my narcolepsy. And the way I can tell it's my narcolepsy is because whenever the cataplexy happens, I can feel it all in my muscles. And I just knew it was happening. And I told her, I was like, hey, I don't know if I can stay awake for this, and she got mad at me and all that. But I mean, it is what it is. But we're probably actually gonna watch that tonight. But we do have the bin store, tomorrow morning at 9. And normally, what we normally stay out overnight. But last weekend we didn't, and we were like 18th in line, and we still found some really good stuff. So what we're trying to base everything off of is whenever they do their pictures of like a lot of the good stuff that they think is good, they'll post a picture on their Facebook page, and then after that they'll do a live stream to walk through. And if there's stuff in the pictures that are like, like really good stuff, we might sit out there overnight. But if it's like, just really not anything crazy, we'll just get there about 5 o'clock in the morning, sit for an hour, get our ticket, and then we'll be on our way and come back at 9. Last weekend, that's the same thing. There wasn't really anything crazy in the pictures, and we went at 5 o'clock in the morning. We were like 18th in line, and we still found crazy stuff because they call the numbers like that, but if I'm waiting out there overnight for that long, I'm losing money essentially to where I could be doing this, making a video or whatever the case is. Yo, Rapids, what's up, homie? What's good, homie? Rapids, I low-key want to get back into Fortnite. I've been itching to play it. I don't know why. Check this little diecast car out. Look at this one. So, like I said, we were going through this little box here. And this is called the Boss Mustang. I believe it's like a $30 car. Very clean. And it's been sitting there. It's been sitting in my desk pile for since April of last year. I'm trying to think of another higher end one. I think this one, 67 Camaro. I think this one's worth, 50. I can't remember. I'll play with you. Haven't played either. I want to do some of the cash cups. You know, whenever they have them, I just want to do them just to have fun. You know, I mean, I played like 3 days ago with Fit, and I actually did pretty decent. You know, still gotta play a little bit more to do better, but yeah, it's fun though. How do you find the storage unit sales? Sean, that's a great question. So normally they used to have them in person, but then due to COVID, they switched everything to online. So there's three websites that I use. It's storagetreasures.com, there's lockerfox.com, and storageauctions.com. Or I'm sorry, storage auctions, yes. Those are three. And the issue with the online ones is that you can never really fully see what's in there because in person you can see things a lot better. But you always tend to pay a lot more online because you got to think about online is accessible to everybody. In person, it might not be because people have work or whatever the case is, So you're always going to pay up more, which sucks. But you can find some really good stuff. Harry, what's going on, man? Yes, Hot Wheels. Yes, these are Hot Wheels. If y'all ever watched the abandoned storage unit that I bought back in April, it was the diecast car storage unit. It was like what was it, 20 by 30 unit or 10 by 30 or something like that. It was crazy. We found so many diecast cars in that unit. We're actually going through. There's 8 of these cases with just small cars that we're just doing our research and all that stuff. So what I'm doing is all the ones that aren't worth the crazy amounts of money, we're just going to put them in an auction. No matter if it's like 70s all the way through early 2000s. I think it's mainly 70s and 80s, some 90s, some 2000s. But this person was a diehard diecast car fan. And then the ones that are worth something, we are going to list them singly. Anything that's worth like $10 or more, I'm willing to sit on them because I mean they don't take up that much room. But yeah, there's like 8 of these cases. This one's just basically full. But we have 8 of these to go through. Red lines are like little silver and gold bars. Yeah, like there are some redliners in here. We found one that's worth like 30. We found one that's worth like 60. We did find one that's probably worth like $200, but the person like painted over the whole thing. But it is a redliner. You can tell. And I have it off to the side somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. It might be in that corner back there. But I was thinking about maybe just listing it singly and just be like, hey, listen, this is a redliner. However, it's painted over and put it up for auction. I don't know. But yeah, redliners are crazy. Do you ever have issues with your ink sales on eBay? People say they were bad or anything. So that's kind of a weird. It's a weird question for me because I've sold ink like from like 2022 that the ink says expired in 2014. And there was no problems. Then I sold ink from that doesn't expire until 2023, and they said that it was all dried up, etc. I think 99% of the time it is a scam because ink is so expensive. But I rarely run into that issue. It's just one of those things where just always double check it. But if they're like new and packaged, man, they should be fine. They should honestly be fine. You're always going to find scammers. You're always going to find somebody who's going to play the system, which is unfortunate. But as far as ink and toner, it's very rare that it happens, but it does happen. Red or blue 67 Mustang. I don't know. We got a bunch of cool little cars over here. I don't know. Like this one kind of surprised me. Is this Matchbox Rollomatics 1973 wildlife truck? Ooh, snap! I guess a lot of them don't have the back of it, but this is like a $3 truck. So I don't know. There's really just some cool stuff, man. This is the General Lee truck or car. This is a Yat Ming though. That's the brand on this one. Like a little Plymouth. I think this one's going for like $20. I don't know on top of my head. I just kind of put them off to the side. Yo, Ping. Good morning from Anaheim, California. Yo, that's what's up. West Coast up in here. Let's go. How are you doing today, Ping? Do I use pirate ship? I will use pirate ship sometimes, and I also use what's the other one? Ship station. Is that what it's called? Yes, I will use. So the way my mind works is let's say I'm selling something, and if there's like a 40-cent difference between eBay and pirate ship or ship station or whatever, I'll just go with eBay's print. It just 30 cents, 30 cents, and I get it, it adds up. I get it. But now if it's like a dollar or more, then I'll go with the cheaper one. Just because I'm trying to get things out as quick as possible, and I just don't really want to waste the time of going over to the website, putting all the dimensions in and all that crap. But yeah, it depends on how you feel is best. But yes, I use all of them though. I have the silver one worth about $70. Dang, there is a Rolls Royce that I have here. There's a Rolls Royce, I believe. Yeah, Rolls Royce. This one's actually very clean, very cool looking. But this one's 1969. And this one's a Hot Wheel one. So yeah, this one I can't remember what this one goes for, but I think it goes for a little bit of money. But yeah, 1969. This person definitely has some cool stuff. And we have 8 of these to go through as well. And this is just the second one that we're going through, so there's no telling what's in them, because whenever I originally did the storage unit, and we had all these and we didn't go through them at all. We just kind of put them off to the side, as well as like other stuff. And now I'm just kind of going through them now, because I basically got all the bin store stuff listed. The private pick that I did a couple weeks ago, or not, it wasn't a private pick, it was a Facebook Marketplace deal. There's a bunch of these. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but they're called Sheila collectibles. They're like these decor, like houses, and there's some college football stuff in there. It's just really, really cool stuff. I got it all for $300, which I got over 300 pieces, so I have less than $1 a piece in them. There's one item in there that will sell for about $200. Kind of crazy. You guys will see that in the video whenever that happens. But I was listing that on my main account, but then I got on a 3-day suspension because I want to keep all that stuff on one account. So now I have a little bit of time to go through these diecast cars. Kind of why I'm doing that right now. I love to stay, but I'm at work, popping to say hi. Hey, Harry, go do your thing. Get that money. I appreciate you stopping by, though. But yeah, go get that money. Don't let me hold you up from working. Sean, I had someone buy ink new in package from me, and they messaged me saying it didn't work, but they gave me bad feedback. I told them to contact the manufacturer. One, how much money did you have invested into that ink? 2, if you feel like it is a scam, what I know, so I'm a very petty person. Like, if they didn't send you like pictures or anything, or if you request pictures and they're just kind of not answering your question to send pictures or whatever the case is, like, all in all, if that person just not doing what you're asking, like pictures, would you like a return, or if they're kind of fishing for like a partial refund or a full refund, what I do is, if I only have like $1 or 2 into it, I'm like, you know what, I'll do a return, because most likely they're already using it and they can't return it. And if the return's back used, guess what? You don't have to refund them. So I'm a very petty person, so I will go ahead and do a return, eat the shipping cost. It is what it is, and just go from there. But if they give you bad feedback and you did a return, you can get that feedback off. Yo, Ping, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How are you? I'm doing great. I am doing fantastic. Other than a 3-day suspension, other than that, we're still hard at work though. And I mean, other than me not going to the gym this morning, I was going to, but I couldn't get up this morning. But it is what it is. One day of missing is not gonna hurt me too much. But I do, because like it with me working out, like I'm pretty strong. Like up here, my legs are solid, my calves are solid. If y'all ever see me in real life, you guys look at my calves and be like, oh dang, you got some really good calves. Because I got 2 tattoos on the back of my calves as well. But I got a belly. I got a little belly. So, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of. Do you use a Rolo to print labels? I do not. I use a Dymo, what is it called? 4XL thermal printer. I love my Dymo. I've heard really good stuff about Rolos too. A buddy of mine has a Rolo and he enjoys it. I think Rolo is more of on the less pricier side. But yeah, I've heard really good stuff for Rolos, but I use a Dymo. Yo, Bearded Finds, you finally made one? Hey, that's what's up. Well, welcome. If you have any questions or whatever while you're here, you're more than welcome to ask. How did I get suspended? So Sean, so it's the weirdest thing. So anytime I resell something that I've never sold before, I always check the Vero program page, and also Google the brand, and I put Vero behind it because some people will complain about it on Reddit or forums, for eBay or whatever, and then hopefully there'd be something on it. Well, I got I got suspended for this DVD set, Road to Avon Leah. It was an unauthorized copy. It's not fake. It was just a copy that was not authorized to resell. And it was by Sullivan Entertainment, but it was for a DVD set. I've never seen this before, and it's very frustrating because, and I've already said this once, but it's very frustrating because no matter how much research you do, to avoid being veroed, it's literally never going to happen, and this is what's hurting small resellers, and this is why it pisses me off, because it's like, this is like my main income. 3 days suspension, it sucks. I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, I contacted eBay, and they were just like, yeah, there's nothing we can do. You have to go through your full 3-day suspension. And I was like, but how can one fully know everything? And they're like, well, it's under the company's discretion whether or not they want certain things on there, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, this is just, it sucks. It really does suck. But that's why you gotta stay positive. Really work through your death pile in the meantime. It's just so unfortunate because last month I got hit with another 3-day suspension because of a Canon battery, and it was actually the Canon battery was fake. It was fake. That was my mistake. I just didn't know people fake Canon batteries, and that's the unfortunate thing about reselling, because especially you think about this, you think about so many things coming from like China and over there, coming into the US. There's so many fakes that it's kind of crazy. Like look at Nintendo 64 cartridges, right? They're actually selling them over on Amazon as emulators. So they actually have the emulator on the inside, looks exactly like the Nintendo 64 game, but obviously there's things on there that you can tell that it's fake. But people are just faking everything, and that's the very unfortunate thing. However, this is not fake. This is 100% original. It's just the company just didn't want me selling their item, and that's first time ever for a DVD set. Yo, Tyler, go Dogs. Yes. I don't know how we're gonna do this year, but hey, we finally got one. I love it. Yo, Sarcastic Storage Stacker. Yo, what's good? What's going on, homie? Yo, he's he does abandoned storage units all the time. Check out his channel, you guys. He does good stuff. He finds a lot of crazy stuff. I wish I can get into storage units more, but there's just not really any crazy good ones. But I usually go after the good ones, and we normally get them. But name of the game though. Name of the game. Yep, always gotta stay positive. This is a big fear of mine, Thrifty Nick. It's a fear of mine too. It's like, because you gotta think about it. I'm a disabled veteran, right? And I have narcolepsy with cataplexy, and it realistically, it would be very hard for me to get a job. And granted, you don't have to tell them about your issues, but if they find you sleeping somewhere, they're going to fire you immediately. Now, I like to be upfront about it. Then 9 times out of 10, they won't hire you because of my disability. And that's the thing that sucks about it. Because this is my full-time job. It's my main income. That's why I did a second eBay account a month ago, which, by the way, I highly recommend it. Because new resellers actually hit the algorithm a little bit more on eBay. So if you only have one store, just make another one, and just list heavily on that. So like on my main account, y'all don't have to take this advice. This is just me giving you guys friendly advice. But over on my first account, I have 1,010 listings, and over on my second account, I have 108. So I have over 1,100 listings between the two. And I've noticed I've been getting essentially more sales on my second eBay account, and that mainly because whenever you get suspended and stuff like that, your listings drop from the algorithm, et cetera, et cetera. So if you guys don't have like 2 or 3 eBay stores, I highly recommend it because it's been helping a lot. How would you even know that? Above always, I have no idea. And that's what I was saying earlier. Was that there's no way in the world would you ever be able to contact every single company. You would lose money. It would take way too much time, and sometimes you wouldn't even be able to get a hold of a company. Obviously, like there's obvious stuff to where you're not going to get veroed. At least to my knowledge, it would be like diecast cars. What's another one? Glass stuff. vintage stuff, like that type of stuff. You wouldn't get Vero done. But it's like, man, I would have never guessed that a DVD set was gonna get me suspended for 3 days. You can get a roll of 1,000 labels for free when you sign up for UPS shipping material and works on any thermal printer. What? Yo, that's crazy. I did not know that. Make the wifey own a second account as long as it's in her name. You will be fine. Yeah. That's my second eBay account's in my name. She actually has her own eBay account too, as well. That's actually in her name. These two are in my name. Because from my knowledge, let's say that they completely suspended like my main account. From my knowledge, you can still sell on the second account. There's no problem with that. It's just whenever you get IP, you get IP banned, I guess, if that makes sense. But I don't know if anybody knows this, and I'm not trying to get around the system or anything, but let's just say all in all fails. Let's say I completely get IP banned, IP suspended from eBay. Obviously, you can't change your IP unless you use like NordVPN to where you can actually change your IP to whatever you want. Is that a thing? Can somebody actually do that? just out of curiosity, because at the same time you have to base everything off of your social security, your address, and everything. So I don't think that would work with that. But I don't know. I have no idea. I never thought about it this far ahead up until I've been suspended for 3 days back-to-back months. So makes me think about it. Sell more on other platforms. Yes. That's another good one. I've been kind of ramping up my Mercari listings of stuff that I find that is on the Vero page, or stuff that I'm not too sure of. So do companies just search eBay sales every day and report people who have their stuff listed? So I would assume they have like a PR team or something. I don't know if that's what it's called, PR or whatever. But I think they have somebody who constantly looks at listings. Like that's their job, to look on Amazon, eBay, and they would just scour the internet for sales, and they would be like, "Hey, take this down," yada yada yada. But there are companies who will do that. Me too, man. This is the time of year that storage buyers hate because it's tax return time. Yeah, that is true. I mean, there's one unit. I mean, there's a couple units I'm looking at, but they're like 2.5 hour drives, and I don't know. I'm not invested into storage units like I was last year. Because last year we did a lot more. This year we've done one, and we actually did pretty well on it. Because my goal is to have the YouTube channel really bring in, some good revenue, and then maybe we could do, that 4 hour drive down to Florida or something, and do a really big unit for you guys. I think that'd be amazing. But we got to get there first, obviously. But I got big dreams for this year and the rest of my life, really. And hopefully to bring you guys some great content and all that good stuff. I wish Mercari would set up 4x6 thermal labels. Yes, as well as Facebook. I don't think Facebook does that either. I don't think so. But yes, that because like whenever I print it out, it's like so small. It takes up like a quarter of the label. It's kind of funny, but yeah. Oh, I love my coffee. So good. What were we talking about? Okay, yeah. So the Vero thing, you guys know I'm pissed. So let's see. Let's see if something positive. Facebook does. I might have to go into my settings. I'll fix that later then. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is another good one. A little slow sellers for me because I don't have that many things listed. The one thing I don't know if somebody can help me out with this either, but let me go to my Facebook real quick. So if you sell anything over on Facebook, I've noticed, unless I'm just doing something wrong on my end, and so let's say, all right, so I sold this this digital trail camera, right? I can't delete the listing because it has orders. Is there anything I can do to like make that disappear? Because like I'm trying to see just what I have listed, or is that just a thing that they don't do? Have you ever thought of a collaboration? Collaboration with a YouTube reseller? I have thought about it. I would love to do collaborations. I think that'd be amazing. If that's what you're talking about, yeah. I was thinking about going to Mercari. How are their labels set up? Mercari does not do 4x6 labels. You just have to print it out, and the label will print out just fine. It'll scan just fine, but it's so small. It's a setting. You can go into Facebook and show just active listings. Oh, got it. Okay, that's a filter. Wait, sort by status. Oh, I'd never noticed that this bottom left corner. I got it now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now we know. Now we know. I will sell everything locally on Facebook Marketplace. We set up most sales as porch pickups. That's pretty smart too. And that's really smart. We sell on Mercari, Facebook, eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, local sales. I think that's all of them. Yeah, like I put like a lot of the bigger stuff over on Facebook. Or if there's just stuff that I can't sell on eBay, sometimes I'll put it on Mercari. It just really depends. Like all that brand new sporting equipment that I bought for 3,100 or 3,100, something like that. I put all the bigger stuff, some of it on eBay, some of it locally, and all that good stuff. Just cut people, a little bit of deals here and there. I switched from Facebook to eBay, but thinking about getting lists perfectly. I have not done that yet. I've always thought about it to do that. And I mean, it'd be nice just to cross-platform everything, but I just don't know anybody who uses it. I did a 42 video YouTube collab with fellow YouTuber Icy Profits. It was fun, made some awesome content. Dang, 42 videos. That's crazy. Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to, so like, I would love to do some collaborations. Like, obviously people want to do collaborations with bigger YouTubers and stuff like, and that would be fun too. I think that would be really cool to do with a bigger YouTuber. But at the same time, there's nobody to my knowledge that's close to me. I think the closest person that I know is Harry Tornado. He's in Columbia, South Carolina, and that's about 2.5-ish hours away from where I'm at. So it's like, I don't know anybody, because anytime I go to bin stores, garage sales, I'm the only person I see with a GoPro. So, whenever you look at like Cincinnati area, there's a bunch of people out there that have GoPros that do YouTube and stuff. So, it's like I'm the only one that's doing it around here. So it's hard to find a collaboration with local people. Again, like I said, I think Harry Tornado might be the closest one, but he's a busy dude. He's bigger and all that good stuff. So I'm not sure if he would ever want to do a collaboration with the Georgia Pickers. Am I on Poshmark? Yes. We normally post clothes on there that we find in like storage units, like stuff that's worth like $10 to where we can make $5 off of, because I feel like, donate clothes, stuff that's not really worth a whole lot, but if you can get $5 a piece for something after all said and done, I mean that money adds up, and you find clothes for days in storage units. I have an inkjet printer, so my labels print to an 8.5 by 11 sheet, so that would work on Mercari. Yeah, that would work. Yeah. I've been replicating my channel on the platform Rumble. Have you considered posting? I've never heard of that. What is that? What is Rumble? I've never heard of that. Chef Flips is in Louisiana. I'm not sure. I think he might. Let me see. Yeah, no, he wouldn't be closer for sure, because I would have to go through Alabama and Mississippi. Yeah, no, he's definitely not closer. But I do know. I guess I might have to brush up on where people are, because I know like there's the NC Picker, there's Chef Flip. I'm trying to look at the map, because Harry Tornado would be near Columbia. Yeah, I would really have to look. Beer to find you're in North Carolina. Oh snap! What part of North Carolina or city, or I mean, you don't have to give me that information if you don't want to, but like what are you near? North Carolina isn't a crazy drive for me, because I think Raleigh is like a 4-hour drive for me. Wisconsin. The Nurse Flipper is in northern Florida. I'm actually subscribed to her. Yeah, I'm subscribed to her. So yeah, that's one thing I never even thought of, like as far as like looking around me just to see who's close, you know. Over in Hickory, where is that? Is that like north, east, yeah, east, south, or west? Because I'm not too familiar with North Carolina, except for whenever I was driving through there, because I was stationed in Norfolk and Virginia Beach in Virginia. I used to go to like Elizabeth City, because I was fooling around with a girl there. But yeah, where is that at? Google the largest bin store on the East Coast.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today is Saturday, and you know me.
Oh, this is
Just
you.
about every week, it seems like I'm always going to the bin store.
So, okay, I got you. Let me go to Google Maps real quick to see where this bin store is. So yeah, yeah, that'd be a 5-hour drive. I mean, that's not terrible. Not a terrible drive. I think the longest I've ever driven was like 16 hours, but yeah, 5 hours then that's not bad. What's it called?
Or I've been getting a bunch
Bin
of mystery
five.
boxes.
Bin 5 is what it's called. Huh. Well, maybe we can do a collaboration one day as well. Probably can't do it this month, but probably like April. I have to get with the wife and figure out the logistics in our schedule and stuff like that. But yeah, it might need you to fill me in on the details and stuff. You know, what time they open, what time I should leave the house. You know, that type of stuff. We'll get together or something. I wouldn't mind doing a collaboration. But I will tell you, I'm a little crazy, man. I hope you're ready. I got energy. I will talk your head off. So if you're down for that, then hey, we can make a whole day out of it. Rumble is another version of YouTube. It's different because you can talk about current events there, whereas on YouTube you can't. Huh? That's interesting. That is interesting. I thought Georgia was next to Louisiana. Now Louisiana is a couple of states away, close to Charlotte. Yeah, I've definitely been through North Carolina. I'm in South Georgia. I just haven't started the YouTube stuff yet. Sean, South Georgia. Where at? We're at in South Georgia. Because I'm in South Georgia. I asked Harry Tornado what he thought about me doing the hot pepper challenges on my channel, like I have been doing as well as storages. He thought it was a bad idea for growth. I hated hearing that. I mean, everybody's opinions. Everybody has one. Not everybody's opinion really matters, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. Do what's best for you, man. Like, I will never tell somebody, nah, don't do this. It's not good for growth. I mean, personally, I would never say that just because, in my opinion, so to give you guys an example. So if you ever watch like certain YouTubers where they're like, hey guys, what's going on? Yo, we're going to the thrift store. You know, like it, I feel like that's a fake personality. If you want to do something like that, man, you go for it. You know what I'm saying? Just let your true personality just come out. Hold on one second, my dad's calling. Hello?
Well,
None? What are you doing?
I don't want to go to your site on eBay. It says no, the store don't have no inventory in your.
Cause I'm on a 3-day suspension. I was trying to sell a DVD set, and apparently the company didn't want me selling it or something. I don't know. It's really dumb.
So I don't want to come in on what you sell.
The company just doesn't allow people to sell their stuff, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm on a 3-day suspension.
So they contacted eBay.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, it is what it is. Part of the game, though.
before
No,
that?
nope. Did not know it.
We got a video of it.
Just I don't know, Road to Avon Leah, and it's just a 7 DVD set or something like that.
Well, they take it down. They just
Nope.
dodge, huh?
Nope. Yep. They just say, hey, spin this guy, and they're like, okay, that's it. Yep, it's dumb. I know, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yep, that's why I'm sitting here doing a few things.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right, let's do it. Bye. Look at that. My dad was worried about my eBay store. Look at that. It's a good dad right there. What were we talking about? What were we doing? Oh yeah. But yeah, never not do what you feel is right. But like, yeah, because like with I and this is maybe me just because I'm just this type of person. I don't mind entertaining content. If you make entertaining content, by all means. But like I'd rather see somebody's true personality than their fake personalities. Because like, let's just say that somebody who's very amped up, right? Very amped up on their videos, right? But when you meet them in real life, they're like, "Hey man, what's up? What's going on, man? You know, whatever." Then whenever you get to talk to them, it's like, "Damn, where's all that energy coming from?" You know, the YouTube videos to now, yeah. So I feel like I do have a lot of energy, but I'm also very chill at the same time. But if you ever meet me in real life, like I tell you right now, I'm crazy. Ask my wife. Like I will do some crazy stuff. I'm the type of person that would be like, I don't know. I'm just wild. I'm just wild. But yes, but yeah, sarcastic story stacker. So if you ever want to do something specifically for your channel, man, don't let people tell you, you know, what to do as far as growth. You do what's best for you and your channel. And personally, we used to do a thing where I used to live stream video games, and if I ended up losing a game, my wife would actually wax my legs. And it would be so funny. We used to do that all the time, and it hurts. It hurts, but you know, I'm a man. But yes, it's just do whatever's best for you, man. That one is in Morgantown. They have 3 locations: Gastonia, Hickory, and Morgantown. I know they're fixing to open up a couple more down here too. I just don't know when. Hit myself up on Facebook and Instagram. I got you. I'll look you up in just a sec on Instagram. Always ready to hang out with other content creators. Yes, that's what life's about, man. Collaborations, meeting people, having a good time. Chalmers or Homerville? Where is that? Where is Homerville? I can't do it, or I can't find it just from looking around. I'll try to find it in a sec. Yo, John Walsh. Hey, Georgia Pick. I'm a reseller up here in Roswell. Okay, but we'll be moving down to Savannah in 2 years. Maybe we can do a collaboration then. Love your channel. Hope to get mine started soon. Yes, of course. I'm more than happy to do collaborations. But that's awesome though. Glad to see a fellow Georgian. I guess is what people call fellow Georgia family here. We always appreciate that. Austin, any PS5s yet? No. I did find a PS5 controller though, and that sold pretty quick. I haven't been suspended since high school. Dang. Yo, Chris, how are you doing today? I talk just like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, having, you know, the fake, or I'm not, I mean, it's not fake personality if that's the way you are in real life, you know? So if that's the way you are, hey, that's the way you are. I love it. So now when you buy something retail, you need to ask permission to resell it online. That's ridiculous. And that's certain companies, you know, certain companies will do that. Like for instance, like OtterBox. OtterBox is like an instant Vero. If you use the words like Velcro or onesie, like that stuff, you get an instant hit. There's other things, man. I'm really trying to think. Like Philips, Philips, like their branded stuff. I don't sell their stuff anymore because I've gotten hit on 2 items and they said that it was fake copies. They're not fake. They just don't want you selling their product. It should have been an unauthorized copy, but they tell eBay that it was they tell eBay it's a fake copy, even though it's not. Man, I'm like, what the heck, dude? Did you talk to eBay on this? Oh, what's up, Nerdy Picker? Yeah, I called him. and they basically were like, "Hey, there's nothing we can do." And I told them, like, because this is what I got Veroed on, Nerdy Picker. Is a DVD set by Sullivan Entertainment. So if you ever see Sullivan Entertainment, do not sell their stuff because they will get you in a heartbeat. But it is what it is. I mean, that's the only way you can really learn. There's nothing on their Vero program. There's nothing on Google. Nothing about them Veroing people, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? You need to stay true to yourself when it comes to what you want. Exactly. That's why I don't make nobody mad. If I see you in public, man, I'm gonna shake your hand and then we're gonna have a long conversation until we go our separate ways. Like we had one couple that came down from, I believe, Macon, Georgia. I think I meet so many people. I'm trying to remember their names. I have such a bad memory with names. But they came down and I told them, yeah, y'all come back down again, mess me over on Instagram, and we'll go to Waffle House, man. We'll go to Waffle House, get some breakfast. But yeah. Best way to print on Macari is save the label, open it in Snapshot, and print it on a thermal printer. Never thought about that. See, that's why we got Papa Bear Picker in here. He's smart person right there. I would never thought about that. Everyone grows their channel in their own way. Exactly. If you want to do reselling challenges with your wife, you go right ahead. If you want to do strictly just bin storage, you go right ahead. If you want to do stuff that hurts you and do reselling, hey, more power to you. Just again, like what Bear Define said, just stay true to you, who you are, and don't change for nobody. I will say that. One thing I told my wife is that I will never change for anybody, unless it's like I actually have to, like medical reasons or whatever, But I will never change who I am. I will always be a person who grinds. I'll always be a person who likes to take up my time and do things that I enjoy. And that's why I have a beautiful wife with me who understands that. And we have like a couple vacations that we're planning this year, and she knows the reason why I'm up here all the time is because I'm working hard, getting money, paying the bills, putting food on the table, and then of course putting money off to the side for our vacations. And she understands that, and that's what I love about her. Only OGs knows his Twitch stream. Yeah, we used to be up there. We used to do good. Oh, look at this. Let's see. We got a message on Facebook Marketplace. Let's see. For a baseball now. Me too, off the wall. We would probably get along just fine. Between Valdosta and Waycross. Oh, okay. Yeah. Valdosta's not too far away from me. I think Valdosta is... maybe it is. I don't know. 3 hours, 2 hours. I don't know. I know it's not too far. My last suspension was on PlayStation a few weeks ago. Oh, Chris, you good? I love it. I'm glad to hear that. I have a question. So for your suspension, what do you do now so you don't get suspended again? Like, do you just not sell certain brands? So it's a great question. So it's kind of common sense, like if you touch the stove and it's hot and you burn your hand and you didn't know it, oh crap. But guess what? You go back to that same stove 2 minutes later and you do it again, you're only hurting yourself. So it's kind of common sense though. Yeah, just try not to sell their products anymore. Because once you'll realize that suspension, that 3-day suspension, it hurts in a sense of you get no payouts, you can't list anything, right? So essentially you're losing time and money, if that makes sense, because your listings get essentially hidden, so you don't hit the algorithm. You still will make sales if people are like watching it and stuff like that, but they essentially you're losing time and money. That's why it's good to have a second eBay account. But yes, for now on, I will not list this. Will I still pick it up? Of course. I can easily sell this somewhere else. You just can't sell it on eBay and Amazon. So it's just one of those things where I actually have a notebook. Aha. I got it right here, but my wife was writing on it. So I do not know where I left. Oh, here it is, right here. So I got Vero items right here, right? It's just stuff that I've written down, stuff that I've been hit on, or if I know that it is a Vero. So I'll basically add that to my list, and then from here on out, it's just kind of implemented in your brain now. It's kind of burned in there. Where, dang, I got I got suspended for 3 days, and then it's like, okay, now I know to not delist this, if that makes sense. Okay. Sorry, doing a Facebook Marketplace sale, I guess. I'm trying to figure that out. What category do you list your channel on, Brand? I put myself in the entertainment category. Are we talking about on YouTube? I don't even know what I have mine under, to be honest. Let me see. Ooh, got hiccups. I actually don't know. I have no idea. That's a W, bro. Always is one vacated Texas. So not necessarily Texas. I mean, definitely one day. One day we'll make it happen. But we so we're doing a vacation down to Universal Studios because my wife is again a Harry Potter freak. So we're going down there to see, I guess Harry Potter theme park, whatever it's called. I don't know. Taking her there, and then I might be taking a trip to Vegas. Maybe. I've always wanted to go. I've said it since I was probably like 15, 16. I've always said I'm gonna go to Vegas one day. I haven't been yet. Never really had the opportunity to up until like now. So might go there. Might stay at the Bellagio. You know, be kind of dope. But we'll see. Your grind is actually crazy. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. I do how-to videos, motorsports, and resale. I like to party. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, Stacy, how are you doing today? Outcountry Sales, welcome. How are you doing today as well? The Thrifting Goomba, good afternoon. Is it afternoon? It is afternoon. It's 12:30. And time just is flying by, man. I turned 30 this year in August. I'm getting old. I mean, I don't think I look too half bad for 30 though, but yeah, 30 years old. I am blessed to make it this far. Let's just say that. Good times. Yes, Goomba, welcome. Papa Bear Picker, eBay should warn us before listing a Vero item because if you don't sell, they also lose money. Exactly, and that's what I was saying. Like with Macari, you know, if there's something that you can't sell, they just take it down. You know, no harm, no foul. But if you keep doing it, obviously they'll suspend you. But it's like, man, I get it. I get eBay's process. I get it because they obviously don't want to be sued with litigation from the company. I get that. But it's like, man, if I sell this, okay, and it's a Vero or the company asks you to take it down, it should just be taken down. They send us the message. Cool. Got it. They have done that in the past. I get it. But it's like the issue with it is if let's say I've sold 5 unauthorized copies and they're all 5 different ones, it's still going to be hit under the same thing. And that's the thing that sucks about it. That's what sucks about it, and that's what gets you suspended. Yo, Patrick Henry, what's going on? How are you doing today? Do I have a donation box or a Cash App? I do have Cash App. I don't promote donation boxes or anything because few reasons. I'm not really greedy for money like that. And I know certain people want to just donate just because the hard work that people put into the channels and stuff. I don't do that because I don't want to take your hard-earned money for just a donation purpose. I mean, a lot of people tell me I should do it, but I just don't do it. Like, there's a thing on YouTube where it's called like super chats or something like that, and you can like donate to the live chat. I just don't do it. Maybe in the future, maybe, but as of right now, I just don't like doing it. You want my Cash App? I can drop my Cash App. But you don't have to donate any. I don't promote donations and stuff like that. But the Cash App that's the Cash App right there. But yeah, you definitely don't have to worry about any of that. How many items do you think you need to have listed to make a living off of picking? There's really no set number on what you should do, because you figure if you have one niche and you know it sells for $50 all day, and you constantly have that inventory coming in, you could have 10 listed and you still make $500 a week, or $500 a day if 10 of them are selling a day. My theory is, and I think it's everybody's theory, is the more you list, the more you sell. But I've seen people who have sold or only have 30 listings, but they're like high graded cards and they make crazy money. Then I see people who have 5,000 listings, but just because of the volume that they have is why they're able to make a living. So it really depends on what you're selling. So let's say if I have this diecast card and it sells for $2, right? And let's say I list 1,000 of the same exact one and only 2 of them are selling a month, then that listings are kind of defeated at that point. So it's like, just be smart on what you resell. Obviously, you know, big name brands, you know, great money like Bose stuff always does well. Certain DVD sets, I mean, high graded cards, Pokemon, you know, toys. I mean, that stuff will always sell. But it really depends on what you're selling. I think that's kind of the better question, or what should you sell? And it's just sell stuff that will sell, you know. But I don't think there's any set number on what you can sell. Stacy, you're a baby. 30. I feel like 30 years old is getting old, right? Is that like young now? Is that young now? Because I remember my brother turned 30. I called him old, but now he's 36. 36. He turned 36 last month. Lots of resellers in Las Vegas. Might be a good opportunity to do a collaboration. I could look into that. I think I was going to more Las Vegas just for like vacation, but I mean, I might be able to sneak something in there maybe. Bearded Fine's turning 33. Nerdy Pigger turned 39. I'm a baby. I don't think I'm a baby. I don't think I'm a baby, am I? I was thinking like, you know, baby would be like 18, maybe 20, somewhere around there. I feel like I'm getting somewhat old, right? I'll be 40 on the 30th. Settings, which you'll find the left-hand navigation. Settings. I'm going to upload defaults. Let's see here. Advanced settings. All right, settings. I do not see it. I'll probably look at it later, but yeah, I don't see it on my side. Foot Mike so young. Hey, Kimmy, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. No, I understand, but I want to support you, man. You're a W. Awesome, man. Listen, if you want to support me, just hang out with me in the videos and watch them and all that. If you want to support me, like I said, I don't want to take nobody's hard-earned money for a donation. Now, if you buy something from the eBay store, it is what it is. But no, I don't like taking people's money for donations. Hey, man, I turned 30 twice. I'm working on a third time right now. Yeah, but you look good for an old man, though. You look good for an old man. And I say that respectfully. It's a blessing to get old. That's what I heard that on a YouTube video one day. They said, you know, getting old sucks. He's like a lot of people say getting old sucks, but then he's like, you know, getting old is a blessing. So I like the way he said that. I can't remember who I watched though. I can't remember who said that. 30 years old, please. Goomba. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting old. No time really moves after 40 than 50. It's like, whoa, buckle up. What? It's crazy because I'm looking back at, because I graduated whenever I was 17. Graduated, turned 18 like three or 4 months later. And then I literally, whenever I say I became a bum for like 2 years, I was working a minimum wage job, not doing anything. And then afterwards, I got a job down at the port of Savannah, and I actually was making some good money. And then after doing that for like another 2 years, so 4 years after high school, I was like, you know what? I need change. I need to do something fun. So then I joined the military. But it was fun though. I had a good time. You know, a lot of negative, a lot of positive, but I'm glad I did it. You guys are all young. I'm 74. 74. I'm at 74. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. My grandma, she just passed away last year. I think she was up there too, man. And I don't know, getting old, man, it's a blessing for sure. 30. I don't know. I feel like 30 is old. I feel like 30 because you got to think about 30. Hold on, let me see something. So you figure 30 years. You times out 365 days. That means I've been alive for 10,950 days. I feel like that's old. I feel like that is old. I don't know why. I just feel like it is. But, you know, everybody's saying I'm not old, so I'm going to go with the majority. Ugh. Salute from El Paso, Texas. I'm 21 and going to have my 35 anniversary this year. You're in your prime. You just got out of your shell, buddy. Yeah, it's funny you say that because high school, I was very chill. I didn't have I mean, I had a decent amount of friends. But I wasn't really in the cool clique and stuff like that because the high school I went to, the people there, they were really very stuck up people. Like I went to so whenever I was in like elementary, middle school, I lived down in Savannah. We actually lived in the hood, and I was there till about 6th grade, and then we moved up to about 30 minutes out of Savannah in a better area, better location, and the people there, man, let me tell you, I'm gonna say it out loud, but they were very like privileged kids. I mean, they had, one dude had like a brand new like Corvette. One dude had like a brand new Porsche. People had like brand new cars. People had like these lifted $40,000-$50,000 trucks. Like it was crazy. And I'm over here with a 95 Honda Accord, and it was funny. Yeah, man, the kids I went to high school, man, I really wasn't crazy friends with a lot of people. I was friends with a few people. I had a couple girlfriends, nothing too crazy. I played sports. I was in ROTC and all of that, and I just really didn't mess with anybody in high school, man. They're all like fake, a lot of them were fake. But then I joined the military. That's whenever I really broke out of my shell, though. That is really whenever I broke out of my shell, though. You don't start living life until you're out of school. So mine is 18. That's true. That's definitely a good way of looking at it. Kimmy, 30, please. My son will be 37 this year. Still feel young. Hey, I feel young too. I do. I feel young. My brother, he was sitting there telling me that when he said whenever he turned 35, he said that's whenever he started seeing things start to pop, like his joints and stuff. And I don't know, but he also has osteoporosis too, so that might be his excuse. I had 2 20-year careers and then retired. Now I'm doing the career I always wanted right now, doing YouTube and buying storage units. Hey, congratulations on that. You like my grandpa. He did 20 years in the Army, he did Vietnam War and all that, and then he did 20 years postal service with USPS. So he's got 2 retirement paychecks. So that's amazing. That is amazing. I started my dream job early, which I will probably never retire from, but I enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say reselling is my dream job. My dream job would be to be playing in the major leagues for baseball. But I mean, as far as the versatility of what you can do with YouTube and reselling, is easily in my top 3. I think working for myself in general would be in my top 3, but I think the reselling thing has really opened my eyes about a lot of things, the way life is. You figure a lot of people work a 9-to-5 job, and I'm making essentially more money than them in a single day. Not boasting by any means, but in my mind, it's like, why, man? It makes me so mad that a lot of people don't know about reselling, and some people are comfortable with their job. Some people are comfortable in life, and they're comfortable with what they're doing at their job. But it just makes me so mad. Somebody can work 8 to 12 hours and I can make more money than them in 1 day or in 2 days, and I don't know. It frustrates me because it's like, man, I wish everybody was wealthy, man. I wish everybody could, do the things they wanted to. And I get, that whole saying that life is just unfair, and it is unfair. I mean, I get it, but man, it does make you think, though. It really does. I want everybody to be successful, man. My kids are 43 and 42, and I feel young except for my knees and hips. Yeah, I don't really have anything crazy physically wrong with me. Just all my stuff is mental. All my issues are mental. There you go. Hate it working for someone else. Much better now. Big facts. I signed up for the draft in '73. They didn't call me, so that was as close as I got to being in the military. I have issues with being told what to do. Yeah, I didn't have issues doing or basically being told what to do. I never really had an issue with that up until I got to Norfolk, Virginia, where so whenever I was in Norfolk, I got a couple things checked out because I told, my first class, I told my chiefs in my current work center, I told them, I was like, hey, I'm having these like sleep issues. What can I realistically do? And they're like, I can't tell you what to do except go to medical. And so I went to medical, told them about my issues. And over a course of 2 years, they kept telling me I had sleep apnea, or I'm borderline sleep apnea. And I was like, man, I don't think this is it. And then the officer that was in charge of me, she moved to a different command. So they sent me to a civilian specialist, and made my appointment like 2 weeks later. I went in there, and it was an older guy. He's really cool though. Very, very chill. Like, he'll actually like cuss with you and stuff. Like, he's a very cool dude. And he's like, I have a question. I was like, yes, sir. He's like, listen, I've read over your whole profile. I mean, everything that you're stating, everything that bothers you. He's like, have you ever had a narcolepsy test? And I was like, I didn't know what it was. And I was like, no, what is that? It sounds scary. And he's like, well, it's not scary, but I think you might have it. And I was like, okay, so what do we do? So we end up going, and I actually have pictures on my Facebook page, but it's like, so basically they hook you up with like wires, right? And they do a sleep study at night, and then the next day, so after you had your 8 hours of sleep, you go in the next day, and every 2 hours you come in for a 15-minute nap, and you do that 6 times. Well, 5 out of the 6 times I went into full REM sleep within a minute and like 20 seconds. And he got to see me have my sleep paralysis within that 15 minutes, and as well as my sleep study. The results came back, and he looked at me, he's like, dude, you are severe narcoleptic. And I was like, so why are you the only one that picked this up? And he was like, because everybody else is dumb. So I was like, and that's where I laughed. And he's like, no, in all seriousness though, you have it. So as I was making this transition to this new drug, well, it wasn't new, but the new drug for me, it's called Xyrem. You guys can look it up. It's called XYREM. And those things are like $15,000 a bottle. It's essentially GHB, which is the date rape drug back in the 80s. And that's his words, not mine. But essentially, you take it at night and it sedates you. So normal pills go to your bloodstream. Well, the Xyrem went to my central nervous system in my brain. And I would fall asleep within like 20 minutes. Like, when I say that stuff is crazy, like it's crazy. On the bottle, it literally says may cause death. And that scared me. And he's like, no, you should be fine. There's plenty of research. Yeah. But I was skeptic of taking it first, but then I kind of got used to doing it and stuff like that. So anyways, long story short, I'm getting used to this medication. And when you're on it and you wake up, you're very, very drowsy. And I told my work, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm on this new medication, yada, yada, yada. What can we do to allow me to come in maybe just an hour or two later, if even possible? He's like, well, you got to get a written notice. So I went to go get that, got it in black and white. So then he's like, okay, now that you got this, we need to move you to the, it's called PMT, essentially where like women are pregnant or people who are broken or whatever. So they moved me up there. And the chief that was in charge of that, man, he did not like me at all. And I don't know why. I told him that this is all new to me. I don't know what's going on. So I didn't have a problem listening to people up until I got to him, because he was trying to tell me I have to get behind the wheel of my vehicle to get to work on time, even if I have a narcoleptic episode. So I was like, so you want me to essentially risk my life by getting behind the steering wheel, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, yes. Yes. And I was like, but I have it in black and white right here. So there's another chief in there. I forget his name, but he was a redhead dude. He called me in there one day because I came into work late. And I told, so he came in there and he started yelling at me. He's like, why are you effing late? This, that, and the other. And I was like, I told you, Chief, I will not get behind the wheel of my vehicle if I'm not feeling okay. I get it. I was probably like 45 minutes late too, but due to my narcolepsy, I couldn't do it. So he was there saying that he was going to send me to Captain's Mast, and I said, Chief, with all due respect, I will challenge you for that. If you really want to take me to Captain's Mast, I will do it. And this is where I started not listening to people, because it's like, wow, he actually didn't care about me. My other chief is to my right. He's just sitting there, just kind of listening to the whole conversation. The chief that was in charge, he was the one, yelling at me. And I challenged him. I was like, hey, listen, if you really want to send me to Captain's Mast, I literally have all my paperwork. I have all my documentation. You are more than welcome to take me. I called his bluff on it, and he literally stormed out and did nothing. And I was, I grabbed my backpack, getting ready to leave, and Chief was like, hey, Hackle. I was like, yes, Chief. He's like, yeah, good for you. I was like, what do you mean, Chief? He's like, good for you, you standing your ground. He said, I'm not going to tell you who I agree and who I disagree with, but I will tell you that I'm glad you stood your ground. So yes. But that's whenever I started having an issue with people telling me what to do. Long story, I know. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. I'm also an Army vet, Fort Jackson, and Fort Sill. I made the right choice, gang life for Army. Very awesome. I love seeing the military vets too. That's amazing. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. Emily, I am also on eBay right now, searching for a new. Well, first, that's not how you spell vibrator, but I respect it though. eBay is, I don't know, does eBay sell vibrators? No, Amazon does. I don't have one, but yeah. What it sounds like is you need a man. Stacy, too much information. Storage units. Yeah, you will find some. Yeah, you will find them. But yeah. Sorry. Yeah, no, I never thought about selling vibrators though. That's interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, no, Danny Hoffman, I love your wifey. I want to start doing the resale game, but we just don't have any good bin stores here in Cleveland, all way overpriced. First off, I appreciate you loving the wifey. I want to start doing the resale game, but don't have any good bin stores. I mean, you can try thrift stores. Garage sales are always good. It really depends on, realistically what you can make more profit on. So let's say all else fails, none of that stuff is profitable for you. You might be able to try like liquidation pallets online. There's always a way. You just got to figure out what's best profitable for you. Like my best profits are by far storage units, but the good ones are so far in between. So I have to stick with bin stores and garage sales. So you really got to figure out what's profitable for you. Firstly, I have a boyfriend. Oh, that's messed up. GP, you need a man. It's a joke. You know what I mean? It's a joke. I mean, you're a military vet. You know how it is. It's just a harmless joke. But I'm glad you have a boyfriend. We both still have some alone time from time to time. It feels different being intimate together, so that's why. Hey, Emily, I feel you. I understand. I made a harmless joke. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Hey, it it's about what you want in life, you know. And listen, I can talk to you about vibrators all day. I'm down for it. I sold a rubber anatomically correct used woman's torso to a fellow storage buyer for $50. Wow, that's interesting. Nobody wants to know your business. Do you know anything about anyone selling handmade items? Yes. From my knowledge, is handmade items do best on Etsy, ETSY. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. If not, but that's the website. I know that website does a lot of handmade stuff. Too much information, but I thought I would explain stuff. By the way, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Well, Emily, I will say this. Whatever your reasoning is, I respect it. See me, I'm a I'm a very open person, so I will talk to you about anything. I'll talk about sex. I'll talk about anything. I'll literally talk about anything. So that's just kind of how open I am. I'll tell you about my sex life. I'll tell you about reselling. I'll tell you about. I mean, one thing I really won't get into is politics because I don't like talking about that. That's probably the only thing I won't talk about. We can talk about living life. We could talk about. I don't know. We can compare. I don't know. We can talk about anything and everything. If you ask the question, I'll answer it. Let's talk about toys. Hey, sometimes you gotta be open. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to. I think that's what makes life fun, man. You know, you never know what kind of conversations you're gonna have with people instead of the whole, hey man, what do you resell? You know, how do you resell? You know, it's like, nah, man, what kind of vibrator do you use? You know what I'm saying? Do you use a rabbit? Huh? Do you use the one with the tickler? You know, what do you use? You know, yeah, listen, we can talk about this stuff all day. I buy junk journals on Etsy. Etsy is selling out. Yeah, handmade stuff. Yeah, Etsy is definitely the best best website that I know specifically for handmade stuff. Bought me a Cricut. Now I'm gonna start making t-shirts and caps. Heck yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good that you're open. It is good that I'm open. Oh yeah, they got all types of stuff, man. They got all types of stuff. They got 8-inch dildos. They got 12-inch dildos. They have they got rabbits. They got French ticklers. They got French ticklers a condom, I think. There's what are they called? It's a weird one. Oh, they got the machines where it's like a dildo on a machine. It's just constantly jackknifing you. You know, I mean, they got all types of stuff. I can see now group chat about adult toys. That's gonna be new podcast. A lot of people tell me my actual in real life friends. They're like, dude, you should really start a podcast because they said some of the stuff that I talk about is just random and it's funny though. So I don't know. Maybe that could be something new. I don't know. Etsy is turning to selling unique items, not necessarily handmade. Really? I haven't been on Etsy in forever, so that's unfortunate. I mean, unique can be handmade. Same. Kind of. I mean, yeah, not really the same thing, but yeah, I got you. Can't compete with Chinese prices. Big facts. My boyfriend has a Fleshlight, the male adult toy. See, I so me, I have tried many male adult toys. I've tried a Fleshlight. I've tried a suction cup. I've tried uh, penis rings. You know, I've tried a few things. But to be honest with you, I don't enjoy them. I like all natural stuff. That's just me. Having lunch and talking about Garfield pillow in last video in garage to how much? I still have it. Chris. I'm wanting to start a podcast because I'm the same way. I'm all over the place. Plus, people like my voice. Exactly. Okay, Emily is getting her kicks tonight. Well, that changed quickly. Yeah, Kimmy. I'm sorry, Kimmy. It just I don't know. I am random. I am random. If something stuck in my head, I gotta say it. But yeah, no, we can talk about anything, you guys. That's one thing I love about what we have here. Hopefully, there's one or two people out there who are sensitive, I guess. So it's like I'm glad that we can have a conversation and just laugh because it's all jokes. It's not like I literally sit here every day wondering, wow, what kind of RPM is that vibrator pushing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think about this stuff all the time. It's just stuff that's just, it's in my head from my personal experience and past experiences and all that good stuff. My daughter sews custom designed handbags, trying to get her to try selling on Etsy. It could be worth it. It could be worth it. I understand that. Sock and lube. Hey, sock and lube, that's like, I said, back in high school days. I do a regular live stream centered around storage units every Sunday at 12 p.m. with the storage bandits. We veer off course a bunch too. Yeah, sometimes you can't be serious all the time, man. Like life. It shouldn't be serious all the time. At least my opinion. Life shouldn't be serious all the time. There's a time to where you should be serious, and there's a time where, man, there just needs to be a time where people can just make jokes. You know what I mean? People just can just make jokes, have a good time. Not be an adult for once. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about it. We tried a threesome a few times back in the day, tons of fun, but the old lady won't go for it anymore. Yeah, and there's people that are like that too, and more respect to them. I probably should stop that. I'm fidgeting because my Ritalин's kicking in. Definitely Navy. Yeah, no, it's and like I said, I really didn't start coming out of my comfort zone until I got in the military because you see so many things. I mean, you got to think about whenever I was in the military, whenever I went through boot camp. I mean, you're literally showering with hundreds of guys. Like, I mean, there's small ones, there's big ones. I mean, like there's really big ones, and sometimes you can't, you don't want to look, but sometimes you think you see a snake, you gotta look. So it's probably too much information, but man, it's some of the stuff that you see, man. Then you realize, wow, okay, it's really not that serious, So let's just open up. If I say something dumb and nobody laughs, so be it. High school, I was really worried about that. High school, I didn't really want to embarrass myself. Now it's like, dude, I'll embarrass myself all the time. Like we have a thing where my wife will be in Walmart, right? And if she makes me mad or whatever, and I'll just jokingly mad, of course, I'd be like, did you just, and she'd be like, don't you dare. Cause like what I do is if she ever makes me like mad or whatever, if I really want to embarrass her, I'd be like, I'll basically yell, did you just fart? And she would just walk away. So I don't do it now, but it's funny because she knows I'm not afraid to embarrass myself. Not sensitive at all. It is just funny. Oh, I got you, Kimmy. What's up, brother? It's Harley. Harley, what's going on, man? Harley is a local here. We met down in Jessup, Georgia, which is like an hour and a half away from here, where I'm at a bin store. Very cool dude. He even came down to Savannah one day for a bin store as well. So yeah. Harley's a local here. I'm dying over here. Okay, B, we need to start a podcast with C resellers after dark. I like it. Or we can call it. Let me think. What we need to do is we need to sit down and jot a whole bunch of ideas. Jot down a whole bunch of funny ideas. Like I like the after dark. Let's do, or we could do. Like the friendly reseller show, but then when people come in there, they're like, this is not friendly. I don't know, but definitely we can probably come up with something clever though. But yeah, podcast, I wouldn't mind doing that though. Some of the topics that I can come up with, it's just it's dumb, but it's funny. Like and the thing is, I can literally have a conversation with a brick wall. It's so funny. Air Force, Chris. Yeah, my brother did 6 years Air Force. He did 6 years Air Force. And the difference between the two of us, man, it's way different. behind the scenes. Emily, am I in a man cave? I mean, essentially, this is like my room where I kind of get away, do my work, play some video games. I sleep in that little chair right there all the time whenever my narcolepsy happens. But yeah, I mean, this is technically my man cave. The real resellers of YouTube. I got a Vero today, and it was by a company that had zero to do with the item. I had not sure how that works. Is it a company that is it a company who potentially owns that? So like you figure like you think of DreamWorks and like Disney, but Disney owns DreamWorks. Like is that a possible thing? Emily, thoughts? Emily, let me ask you this. How old are you? Let me ask you that. Nerdy Picker Resellers Part 2. Would I like to really say to eBay customers so many ideas? R-rated Pickers podcast. I'm pretty sure we can come up with something. I like that. Go Army? I mean, I'm not gonna say that, but you know. I'm kidding. They make a similar product. What was the Vero for? Was it like infringement or was it like unauthorized copy? Was it counterfeit? What was it? I'll be 20 on the 12th of this month. Well, happy early birthday. 20 years old. Oh, I miss being 20. 50 Shades of Reselling. I like it because I actually like the 50 Shades of Grey series. My man cave is full of stuff I like from storage units. I can't walk in a straight line here anymore. Yeah, I understand that. How do you control your inventory, and what inventory system do you have? How do you control your inventory? As far as like controlling, do you mean like how do I control what I spend, or like how do I control how I list? And what inventory system do you have? Basic stuff. So anything that's like in here, this is just stuff that's just in bigger boxes or whatnot. But if it's like smaller items, I will basically put them in a tote, and it's just basic stuff that people do, like A1, B1, A2, B2 on the bins itself. So when something sells, I just look at the SKU number, and it's like, oh, this item's in B1. I go to B1, pull it, your base thing. But as far as controlling the inventory, we're talking about controlling what I buy or how I list stuff. Yay, 50? Oh yeah. 50 Shades of Grey is fun. It is fun. Like a spreadsheet. So I say it's common sense, but some people might not find it as common sense. So the way I do mine, I will basically sit down, and obviously eBay will show you how much you made in a week, right? And what I'll do is, let's say this week I spent, let's say $500. Keep it even 500. But let's say this week I made 3,000. As long as you're making more than what you're spending and you're able to do your, pay your taxes at the end of the year and put some money off to the side, that's all I do. How do I keep track with inventory and expenses? So as far as expenses, I mean, I buy things in bulk, so it's really not that much. So like, I have to go now. I'm going to Wendy's. It's been a fun stream there. Glad I subbed. Keep being you. Take care. Bye, everyone. Later, Emily. Have a good one. They must not sing Garage for Control, right? So yeah, but no, it depends on. I mean, I just don't keep a spreadsheet because it's like if you're making more than what you're spending, it should be common knowledge on what you have. Now, let's just say, for example, let's say you spent $500 this week, and let's say you made $300 in a week. Okay, then obviously from there you need to figure out, which is very rare. It never happens to me. I never spend more than what I make. I always look at everything in my account. So like, let's say that I know certain bills are coming up, and I got let's say $2,000 in my bank account, and let's say that I know I have a bill coming up for $600 for my truck payments. That means it's going to leave me with $1,400. So I know I can spend, a little bit of money, it's like I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. It's just if I'm making more than what I spend, I don't see the need for a spreadsheet. There's some people who are very anal about that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with a spreadsheet. It's just in my eyes, you're losing money when you do a spreadsheet if you are making a lot more than what you are spending. On average, like, let me see here. Let me go to my eBay account quick, just to give you like a more of a in-depth scenario. Let me see. Yeah, Emily, have fun. They Veroed it for trade address. I have no idea what that is. That just sounds weird. Might be worth calling eBay for. Doctor told us that Ritalin can take a full month of taking before you get a full effect in our prayers. Yeah, okay, I've been on Ritalin for years now. That's why I fidget. That's why I fidget a lot, because I'm on Ritalin, and that's why I shake a lot, because I'm moving my legs, not because I'm shaking my whole body from the Ritalin. I'm very antsy. I don't like sitting down when I'm on Ritalin, but yeah, to give you an example. So this past week I spent like $350, okay, on inventory from Black Friday deals and garage sales. I spent like $350, maybe $400. I'm not too sure. But the past 7 days, I have brought in over $2,400, and it's like, wow, that is a huge difference. I spent $300 something to make $2,400. So if you can't put money off to the side and reinvest money, it just doesn't make sense to me, you know. But now that number is like you spent 500 and you only made 1,000. That's not really good profit margins, in my opinion, because even though you made 1,000, you got to deduct cost of goods, all this stuff, and then you got bills and stuff coming out, so it's not worth it. But on average, every 7 days, I'm bringing in about 2,200 to like 3,500 a week, depending on what sells, of course. But like if you look at February 27th, which was which was Sunday. So Sunday alone, I brought in $1,271.92 over on eBay. That whole weekend, from my first eBay account and my second eBay account, I brought in over it was over $2,800. So yeah, I mean, it's just really depends on how you look at it. Some people can use a spreadsheet. I just don't do it. I put plenty enough money off to the side. Like, to give you more of an example, in my savings over the course of last year, I have about $16,000 to $17,000 in my savings. I'm only paying about $6,000 this year for taxes for last year. I'm only paying $6,000, and I'm filing my taxes this week. So it's like, that's a lot of money I put off to the side, and that's mainly because, you know, we don't really go on crazy vacations and all that, but it's smart investing and all that good stuff. Do I have a death pile? Yes, I have a massive death pile, not because of anything in particular. I just have it because I'm trying to get to it all. Like these diecast cards, I'm literally trying to get them listed and go through all that. But if you ever watch my What Sold videos or the recent bin store video that I just released yesterday, you get to see my garage that's filled with like death pile stuff. And then if you ever watch my What Sold videos, I always show my death pile stuff. Like, I don't know if you were in here whenever I said it, but I got like 8 of these matchbox cases that I got all these loose diecast cards in, that I bought in an abandoned storage unit last year in April. They just been sitting there because I listed probably 200 diecast cards, and then I just could not list them anymore because I got burnt out. But I mean, I literally have death pile stuff like everywhere. Like, you guys can see like the diecast cards on the bottom, because I'm trying to get or on the floor, trying to get them listed and all that good stuff. I think that's the only death pile stuff that I have in here other than the diecast cards. Everything else in here is listed. But out there in my loft, I am really, really trying to tackle that sometime this year, which I'm doing now, of course. What do you think about Whatnot? I haven't done it personally. I've seen people do it. I think Whatnot would be really good for people who have like a bigger like social media presence. Um, I think it's a good way to move a lot of product. But I don't think you're ever fully going to get the amount you want for certain items. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let's just say, we'll use this as an example. Let's say I put this up at Whatnot, right? I got it for $5 at the bin store, right? This can be sold medium L. Let's just say even if I got $25 for it, even though it's $100 to $120 or $125 to $150 item, obviously can't sell it on eBay, but somebody might be easily be able to get $75 for it. If I got $25 for it, would I be happy? I mean, yes, but at the same time, you're losing out on a lot of money, and that essentially will hurt you in the long run. In your death pile, how would you know what the cost is for those items, especially if you get them from different locations? So my mind is very weird. It's a great question. So I can tell you just about how much money I've spent on items, but I can never remember somebody's name, if that makes sense. You should do Whatnot for those. Yeah, so like the way my mind works is, give me an example. Got all that diecast car stuff from that storage unit, right? I spent $1,220 on that unit. Don't know why it went for so cheap. That's what I spent on the unit. I've already actually tripled my money off of that unit. So whenever I go to sell this stuff or go through it, I know I already made all my money back. If you look at like 99% of the stuff that's in my death pile, it is stuff that I've already made all my money back on. I think I rarely lose money on items. It does happen from time to time. But let me go see something in my death pile. Hold on. Let me go look real quick. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, so this is literally the first thing that I pulled out. So these are a bunch of Nintendo Power gaming magazines. I don't know what they're worth, but I did this from a private pick a while back, last year, like probably going on a year and a half now. They just been sitting. I haven't listed them just because I got too much stuff going on, but this is what they are. I mean, literally Nintendo Power, Super Mario Sunshine. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I could probably put this on Whatnot. Probably could, but it's just one of those things where I don't know. I mean, there's literally a ton of them, and you guys can kind of see them here. What is this one? I don't know which one this one is. Did you touch on the Vero for trade dress thing? I had to walk away for a second after. Oh, I said I didn't know anything about it, unless I actually saw like the screenshot of the Vero. But it might be worth calling eBay to figure out. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this thing's just tons of them. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. That's pretty cool. Nintendo Power Pikachu. And I've also contemplated about keeping this stuff for myself because I mean this stuff's only going to go up in value. But like I said, majority of the stuff that I have in my death pile is just stuff that I know I made all my money back. I know, and that's what I mean by that bearded finds, because it's like it's all types of stuff like this, man. I got video games in there. I have Pokemon. I got a ton of Pokemon cards. That might be the only thing in there that I haven't made all my money back from. But I mean, I have like 10,000 cards. Like, it's ridiculous. But I am close to making all my money back from that. Trying to think what else I have in there. Just, I don't know. I mean, it's literally not that much stuff in there other than the Pokemon cards. But my death pile is just stuff that I made all my money back, and that's really the reason why it just sits there, because I made all my money back, so I was done listing that type of stuff or whatever, and it just sits there. I'm trying to get to it. It's just hard. I think the magazines, and the cards are great examples of stuff for Whatnot. Also, people do auctions on YouTube as well. Yeah, I thought about the Whatnot stuff, man. I really thought about it, but it's like, man, let's say if I advertise this stuff, the diecast cards, and let's just say I only get, let's say, 25 people in there, right? Let's say if I only get 25 people in there, and let's just say this Nintendo Power magazine goes for $30 all day, consistent sell-through rate, all that good stuff. And let's say on Whatnot, it might sell for $5 because I don't have that many people. And that's the risk you run with auctions. Now, as far as Whatnot, Goomba, I've never actually done Whatnot. It just, the way my mind works is like, if something has a consistent sell-through rate, I'm not gonna put it up for auction. Now, let's just say that all of these, let's say all of these right here, if all these just do not have a significant sell-through rate, I mean, yeah, it might be cool to auction them off. Stacy, but it is zero sitting there. Yes and no. So I say yes because you are right. This is just money sitting there. But I also say no because I've already made all my money back from this deal. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'd rather this stuff sit, this particular stuff. So like, let's just say if it was I don't know, let's just say if it was a set of coffee mugs that aren't really going to go up significantly in value, right? Then yes, that stuff, you know, cool, we might be able to auction that off. But if it's stuff like this that's going to gain monetary value over time, I don't mind them sitting there for a little bit longer before I get to them. Does that make sense? So it's like, I'd rather hold on to them, not necessarily hold on to them. It's just whenever I get to them, I get to them. But I've already made all my money back, so it is sitting money, but it's not money that it's not like I haven't made my money back. I don't know if that makes sense, Stacy. So I'm thinking about selling resale mystery boxes. That could be worth it. I never thought about that. But yeah, that could be worth it. Now, yes, but Stacy, yeah, but I understand completely. Now, if I haven't made all my money back and I was just being lazy and this stuff was just sitting around, oh, by all means, yes, try to auction them off or get them listed or something. But yes, are any of the magazines tied to Nintendo 64 games? Yeah. Well, yeah, this one says Super Smash Bros. Melee, but it has Nintendo 64 logo there. Let's see, this one says GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance. Oh, yeah, here you go. And then you got that one, Majora's Mask, Nintendo Power. Then you got Hey You, Pikachu, Nintendo 64, Banjo Kazooie. Oh, there you go. More Nintendo 64. I agree with your thinking about the sell-through rate. To you, the point, it depends on how many people you have on your live at the time. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if this stuff has like a very consistent sell-through rate and it's moving quickly, you know, I don't see the point of auctions. It would help lower my death pile. But yeah. The sell-through rate is always the biggest thing. It would help lower your death pile, and that's the thing. But you also got to look at it this way too, bearded fine. So this is just my opinion too. Sometimes a death pile is not a bad thing, especially if you made all your money back. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I also understand the concerns of like hoarding and holding on to stuff for too long. I also get that too. If it becomes like an overwhelming amount of stuff, then yeah, you might want to be considered to instead of even doing auctions, maybe even find a local reseller to buy a bunch of the stuff off of you for cheap. That might even be a better thing to do. But if we're talking about the death pile for, like, let's say winter time, so let's say you didn't have bin stores near you, for certain people, right? They are going to realistically have to rely on garage sales. Are going to die down because of winter time. So they're going to have to rely on thrift stores. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes that death pile will really get you through the hard times. So that's why I don't mind sitting on certain items. But yes. Hey, bro, why didn't you message me back? It's cool if you didn't have the funds at the moment. I'm willing to sell stuff separately and open to offers if you're interested. I have a lot of other stuff also. Are you the dude that messaged me about how you couldn't pay rent or something like that, and you wanted me to buy some of your stuff? Because I'll get into that in a sec. On here, you could set prices a bit higher and get bids. Plenty enough followers here. Yeah, and that's true too. You know, like I said, I don't believe in auctions. So there's two things of auctions that there's two reasons why I would do auctions. Let's just say this particular magazine, okay? You have similar ones that are going for like $100, okay? You're not really too sure what to put it up there for. You check WorthPoint, you check eBay sold comps, you cannot find this particular one. Put it up for auction because that means this thing could be extremely rare and you might get over $100. You don't ever want to put a $100 item on or a $100 piece on it when it might be worth $6,000. You know what I'm saying? So just put it up there for auction. I've done that with knives, like collector knives. Can't find a certain model number, put it up for auction, and the normal ones are going for like 140. Mine sold for like 280. Ridiculous amount of money. So that one, and another reason why I would do an auction would be if it's rare or if I honestly just want to move it, just in general, don't really care what I get money for it. You know, what kind of money for it. I love to get Super Smash and Pikachu from you next time I see if you got a price on them. Harley, I forgot, I didn't realize I had all this stuff. I'm gonna go through them, and I'm tempted on keeping them because I'm actually starting to collect a whole bunch of stuff. I will definitely let you know. But I am I don't know. I'm kind of interested in them. I forgot I had all these. But yes, but I would definitely let you know. I believe, yeah, I have your number. Okay, so you are. So the one thing that steered me away from from the items you wanted to sell me. So you showed me like sold comps of stuff and all that good stuff, and you're spot on with a lot of stuff. The one thing that steered me away is I'm always the type of person that that likes kind of upfront honesty whenever I say that. So like whenever you told me $400 for like all the video game stuff, all the consoles and stuff like that, you said $400 for all of that. And then I asked later on after we started talking about the deal, yada, 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 about the golf clubs. And then I finally popped the question. I was like, well, wait, let me ask them this. Do the consoles work? And you said you weren't sure. That's what threw me off because it's like you told me you're going to make me a deal you can't refuse. Now, I didn't really look at how much used console or broken consoles are going for, but it threw me off because you should have been up front and be like, hey, I'm not sure if these work. And then that's where I would kind of be like, okay, now do I want to invest my time into making sure that these items work, et cetera, et cetera? Was it a good deal? I mean, maybe. I didn't really do my full research on everything, but due to you didn't just kind of upfront say, hey, man, this doesn't work or this doesn't work. I basically had to ask you, and that's kind of what threw me off away from the deal. So it was nothing personal. It just kind of threw me away from the deal. I just didn't want to deal with it. Because I didn't want to make anybody mad. I just didn't want to deal with it because it wasn't really set up front, if that makes sense. So the mystery resale boxes, I would use that to lower my death pile. Wait, so the mystery resale box, I would use that to lower my death pile with me having a bin store. I get items all the time. And yeah, that could definitely work for you. If you find items all the time and your death pile is just building up, yeah, mystery resale boxes can be worth it. You know, especially if you have unlimited inventory at your disposal, right? but yes, but sometimes that death pile stuff can really help you out over the winter time and all of that. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, it really just depends on how you do things with your business, though. You know, if you really just want to get that death pile out of there, mystery boxes can work, or maybe you can find a local reseller to drive up to you and just be like, hey man, listen, this is what I have. I think this is what you'll potentially make. And this is what I'm asking. And then you haggle back and forth and you move a lot of inventory. You make a reseller happy. Now you have that connection. I'm just saying, it could be also another thing to think of or think about. Sounds good, bro. I just got a Nintendo 64 and all the classics, trying to find things to go with the games I got. Oh, I feel you. I got you. Yeah, let me look at them just to check and I'll see what I can do. I mean, like you'll be surprised, man. There's actually some really cool ones like this one right here. The Game Boy Advance arrives. Very cool. This one right here, Pokemon Stadium 2. Look at that. That's pretty dope. Oh wow, Pokemon Crystal version. There's actually some pretty good stuff. Super Mario Advance. I mean, this stuff's really cool. Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. Tony Hawk. Paper Mario. Star Wars Rogue, and Spider-Man. Oh yeah, that's definitely some cool stuff here though. But yeah, man, that's the reason why I steered away from that deal, just because it wasn't really set up front. Like I said, nothing personal, nothing like that. I just assumed that they worked and all that good stuff. But yeah, nothing personal. I get it, man. And my spending budget right there too wasn't quite where I wanted it at. But if the consoles worked 100%, I would have just done it up front. But yeah, it just kind of threw me off, man. That's all it is. I believe in honesty up front. And if you'd have been like, yeah, man, this stuff doesn't work, or I'm not sure if it works, right at the get go, it'd be different. Mystery boxes can be hard. People need to trust you when you tell them the box is worth X and they can get X or 5 times out of it. Yeah, what you need is to have 1 or 2 people buy it from you and leave you a positive feedback, whatever, and then use that to your advantage. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a risk because some people aren't going to be happy with it. And there are a bunch of mystery box scammers out there, man. There really is. So for you to do that, you really have to market it well and try to get, some good feedback on it, I feel you. I did comp all the consoles as parts not working. I know a few of them work, and honestly, just haven't tested any of the others. Oh, and then I feel you. And that's the biggest thing. It should have just been set up front. And due to it not, because I guarantee if I would have made that deal and realized, wow, only 3 of these work or 2 of these work, okay, now that sucks. And then I think you said that they all don't come with cords too, which is another thing that sucks about it too. So it's like I would have to invest in more money with that. And I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? Since some of them don't work, a majority of them don't work, I just felt like it just wasn't worth my time. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just like a miscommunication thing, in my opinion. And I think that's just kind of what steered me away from it. But like I said, nothing personal, nothing. I don't think that you're trying to deceive me or anything. I just think that it was just best of my interest after kind of looking at everything, trying to think that, oh wow, these things are actually working, etc. That type of stuff. So, like I said, nothing personal though. Only thing that sucks about eBay does not let you do mystery boxes anymore. Really, I did not know that. I did not know that. I didn't mean to come off like that. I'm an honest person. It's not like I lied when you asked and said they did work, or we could have just took the gaming systems out of the deal. Oh no, and that's kind of what led me to the deal was the video game stuff. I looked up a handful of things, and I don't know. There were some good stuff in there, like the golf head covers. Obviously, they would sell. They'd be a little bit slow sellers. The consoles, those would probably sell pretty quick, but not at the margins I would have wanted to be at. And then the golf clubs, I looked up one putter, I believe. I think it was a putter. They were going for like $100, but like none of them sold. So it's like I was really, really looking at a lot of stuff, and I was just like, man, a lot of this stuff is going to sit for a little bit, because the money would be from the head covers and the golf covers and the video game stuff. The Tommy Bahama stuff was actually pretty cool. That one thing that goes for like $80 plus or something like that. Like I said, there was definitely money to be made there. It's just like I said, it was just like the miscommunication thing that is what threw me off. And that's just a personal thing for me. It wasn't like I know you didn't lie to me. It's just I just assumed that it was that, and again, that was just miscommunication. Then afterwards, I was like, I'm not really feeling the deal anymore, that type of thing, because it just wasn't set out front. Again, miscommunication, no harm, no foul, and all that good stuff. So, like I said, I'm definitely not mad or anything. I just the heck. Hold on one sec. But what were we talking about? But yeah, like I said, no harm, no foul, man. Hopefully you find somebody to buy something from you. I did feel bad, because about the rent thing and all that, but yeah, I get it. I sold some of the stuff locally. Nice. What all did you sell? Did you sell the video game stuff and the because I feel like the golf covers would have sold quick, and maybe even the video game stuff, and maybe if not the video game stuff, maybe the Tommy Bahama thing. Pokemon Stadium was the first Nintendo 64 game I bought. Nostalgia games is my thing currently. I'm going to pick up an arcade version of 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker from the old arcade and just nice. Put it in the man cave, I'm assuming. Nah, I sold that golf club set and a few other single clubs I had. So you haven't sold any of the golf head covers yet? That's crazy. I felt like that would have went quick. Go in the garage due to sheer weight of it. That's understandable too. Oh, you didn't put the club head covers on there? Might be worth a shot, to be honest. The thing's like over 1,000 pounds. Dang. Yeah, no, that's definitely that's definitely heavy. At least it's on wheels. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You have a Street Fighter 2 arcade game that's ridiculously heavy. Yeah, I don't have anything crazy heavy like that. What do I have that's heavy? I don't have anything that's heavy. I don't have no arcades. I ain't got nothing like that. Dang. See, even when I'm on Ritalin, man, I get tired. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. What did I get a Vero for? This DVD set. It's by Sullivan Entertainment. Never thought I'd get Vero for a DVD set, but yeah, it's first time for everything. I had it other for like 3 days and finally got taken down by that company, and it was an unauthorized copy, so I did not have permission to sell it. It's real, it's authentic, all that good stuff. But yeah, now I'm on a 3-day suspension, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And it's giving me time to go through my death pile a little bit. But yeah, it's the Vero stuff, man. It sucks. It's weird. It's dumb. It's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that was a DVD. Yeah, I said the same thing. Like I said the same exact thing, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But hey, you know, you gotta respect it. But it's unfortunate. Now I'm going 3 days without a payout, and I mean I have my second eBay account, you know, for stuff like this. But it's yeah, it does suck though. It does suck. By the way, I have a Lego Mario that's like a board game you build. I picked up from DNA. Still, if you don't have it, you might enjoy it. I know you're into Legos now. It's definitely cool. Harley, you have my number, right? Can you send me a picture of it? Lego Mario. That's like a board game you build. That's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, if you can send me a picture of it, I might be interested. Yeah, actually, matter of fact, I actually just built 2 Lego sets last night. Adding it to my collection. They're like Technic, like monster trucks, I guess. They're pretty cool to build. Kind of frustrating because a lot of the way they were, where you had to put certain stuff in, it was just weird. But I got it right though. Everything was good to go. But I built 2 of them last night, and then I'm building I'm building a Mario one right now. That one's almost complete. And I might work on Mandalorian Child, the Baby Yoda thingy or whatever it's called. Might work on that one next. I don't know yet. I mean, I got a bunch of sets that I got to build. I even bought the Mega Constructs Halo Infinite Sword that you can build. It's pretty cool. I got you. I'll text you this evening. Their last day in the old place. I picked up about 10 different sets of things. Nice. Yeah, I might have to go to their like reopening day though. I'm gonna try to get down there if I can. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. I heard they're just moving right down the street. I was told the old arcade building. I never been down to Jessup except for that bin store, so I have no idea where that's at. I'm pretty sure they have their new address already on their website, so pretty sure I can just Google that and figure out where it's at. We had a place like that open up here in Marietta a couple months ago. I haven't been there yet. Bin stores are crazy, especially if you have like a good bin store who actually has a good broker where they get their liquidation items from. It's crazy. Like, you know, the Black Friday deals bin store, the one that you guys constantly see the videos of. That one, I don't know where they get their stuff from, man, but it's It's crazy. If you guys remember that projector that my wife found, it's actually right there. That one actually just sold for $400 late last night. I sold that power inverter for $1,050. I mean, dude, that bin store has made me so much money. Like it's kind of crazy, and that's why I'm really sticking with that one because snap. Oh no, I dropped my car. That's why it's hard to kind of like not to go there one week because I mean it's so much stuff, man. Like it's really good stuff. But yeah. Make a right at the light after the bridge, follow that down so you see the Domino's behind there. Okay, yeah, I know the bridge is. The one that says Jessup across it. I think that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, Black Friday deals is by far the best bin store that I've been into. I mean, other bin stores, obviously you'll find stuff. I mean, you guys saw the one weekend where I found all those Lego sets, toner. I mean, literally, making so much money. Then looking at the friendly marketplace, I found a $150 router for $6. I mean, there's the bin stores are always going to have something, but if we're talking about consistency and we're talking about like big ticket items, I mean, I literally found a tree stand, for $7, and it's just sell for like $350 to $400. So it's just crazy. Take it easy, man. Hopefully you have no hard feelings. I really didn't mean to come off like that. I'm not that guy, but if you're interested in this stuff, I'm open to offers and or trades. Yeah, no, like I said, I don't take it personal. I mean, it is what it is. At that time, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where at that moment, maybe just like I said, miscommunication, and again, maybe I don't know, maybe hit me up in about a week or so. Maybe I'll be into it. It just really depends. But yeah, no, nothing personal. I'm definitely interested in some of the stuff. I'm interested in the video game stuff, the Tommy Bahama thing, and I'll probably say the golf club heads. The head covers for the golf clubs. I might be interested in those still. I don't know. Maybe you can send me a message today or whenever. Just send me like a price of what you like, and maybe work on that. But I'm definitely interested. We just gotta see what we can come up with. That's all. Now that I know, that they're just assume they're non-working, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, just send me in a message. Tell me what you want for those 3 things. Black Friday. That's the bridge. I wish Black Friday first day was Saturday because I'm always working on Fridays. That sucks. Yeah, Fridays are actually good though, man, for resellers because it's like if you're a full-time reseller, a lot of people are at work, So it's just one of those things. Black Friday 50-cent day treated me right with all that airborne. Yeah, that airborne stuff, man, made me a lot of money. That stuff made me some good money. Gotcha. Yeah, man, no problem, man. No problem. Is Black Friday a bin store? Yes. Black Friday deals is a bin store. Yes. It's in Garden City, Georgia. Yeah. So like Black Friday deals, they posted a picture of all their stuff to yesterday of what some of the stuff's going to be in the bins. I mean, I only see like maybe 5 items out of maybe 60 to 70 items they have right here. And I'm just not really seeing anything too crazy, but they also didn't have that $400 ViewSonic projector in their pictures either. So I'm just saying, you never know really what's going to be there. But I mean, I see a couple $200 items. Sell-through rate is, decent, on them and stuff. But, I'm waiting for them to do the live stream. It should be sometime today. But the pictures of that stuff, they didn't have anything crazy. Because, like, the way me and my wife are doing things now with that bin store is if the pictures look, pretty dang good to where, you might have to kind of get there a little early, we will basically stay overnight. But if it's like a picture like this to where it's really, not really too appealing, what we're going to do is we'll just get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, sit for an hour, get our ticket, go home, sleep for another hour and a half, or do whatever for an hour and a half, and then we'll go back at 9 o'clock and get in. We did that last weekend, and we were like 18th in line or something. But it still worked out. We found some great stuff. But yeah, on $5 day, I ended up finding an iPad that was a seventh generation, brand new, never used. That was kind of cool. And then we found a laptop last weekend. You guys will see it in future videos, but no, we do really, really well there. We want to do more thrift store videos. We want to do more garage sale videos. The garage sales are starting to open back up because the weather's getting warmer. We did go last weekend to like 4, and 3 out of the 4 did not have anything. so yeah. So we're trying to do the garage sale videos because I do miss them, but they're kind of hard to come by right now. But yeah, and that's the one thing I'll tell you guys though. It's good to be versatile, but man, if you're profiting so much money from bin stores, stick with bin stores. If you're profiting so much from thrift stores, stick with thrift stores. I'm just saying it's a grind for sure. But right now that bin store is just amazing. Do I do any retail arbitrage? Yes. I don't do it like consistently, but like if I'm going to the grocery store to get groceries or something, I literally go to clearance aisle just to double check. In one of my videos, I found like a little supplement thing I got for $5. It sold on Amazon in the next 30 minutes of me buying it and then listing it. So for 30 minutes for like $28. So yeah, like we do retail arbitrage. Whenever we have time for it. Brandon, do you sell VHS tapes? I see people picking the sealed ones up. I don't ever really see VHS tapes around here. I have sold one VHS tape, but it was pre-owned, but it was a horror one. Sold for $10 for free shipping that I got out of a storage unit. I do try to look for sealed DVDs or VHSs, but I'm not coming across anything over like $5. But it's gonna happen eventually. I did see Miss Taffy. She found like a $800 one, $900 sealed VHS tape. Crazy that she got for 50 cents. Absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff out there, man. It's just, one of these days I'm gonna find something. One of these days, I mean, if you consider that power inverter that I got for $5 and it sold for $1,050, I mean, that's insane in my opinion, as is, but yeah, it's actually crazy. I'm gonna turn my fan on. It's getting hot. But yeah, I definitely look for them though. I definitely do. Do you do any large purchases with wholesale vendors? I've done one pallet and it was terrible. It really was. I mean, it's just not a good deal in my opinion. As far as like wholesale, I've tried looking online for like pallets and stuff, but it's like, man, you figure if they do like pallet auctions like on direct liquidation and liquidation.com. And they actually have some really good solid stuff depending on what you're looking for, but it's like you might win the auction at, let's say, $300, but then it's going to cost you $800 just to ship it to you, unless they're local, and we don't really have any like local things like that. So it's like I would love to get into wholesale eventually, if I can find a good broker like these liquidation bin stores do and stuff. Love to find a good broker to potentially buy from, or if anything, maybe get with the bin store that get with them and just be like, hey man, listen, I do YouTube and I really want you to build me a pallet, pallet of stuff. Maybe do something like that, but it just really depends. But as far as wholesale though, I don't do a whole lot of it, if any, just because I haven't found a really good broker for that. Did you say Mrs. Happy on the VHS? No, I said Miss Taffy. Miss Taffy. She found like a $800, $900 sealed VHS tape. It's crazy. I bought one pallet from the pallet place in Jessup. I got burned on that bad. Decided I was done with that. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like even local pallets, man. Like the pallets at certain bin stores and liquidation places. Don't get me wrong, they done their research on the item. You know, they done their research on the item. They cut it off by like 50% to where you can make money. But you got to think about it. They're making quick money, and then you're going to be sitting on some of the stuff. That's why I don't do the big pallet stuff, because everybody's doing it around here, man. Like you'll be surprised how many garage sales I go to and how many people are pallet flippers. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, one, A, it's supposed to be a garage sale. Two, nobody's going to a garage sale to spend hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless it's for, something crazy good, but it's like, man, so many people are doing it. That's why I don't believe in doing the pallet stuff. That's why I don't do the pallet stuff, because I'm not trying to do big items. If I come across them, sure, I might buy them, but it's like, man, I'm not going to go to a garage sale to spend $100 to make $150 online after fees, taxes, and shipping. I'm going to make $10. Why would I spend $100 to make 10? And that doesn't make sense to me. Now, that's how retail arbitrage works sometimes, though. Sometimes you got to buy something for 20 to make 10. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But at the same time, I'm not going to, I don't do the pallet stuff. And one, because you can get burned on it. And because people, you got to think about this too. If you spend, let's say, $500 on a pallet and you make $300 profit, just make $300 after all said and done, right? Because you got burned on broken items, whatever, and you're selling all your stuff online. You figure after taxes and shipping, at $300, you're probably only making $200. So, that's another reason why I really do it. Do I know Richie Hustles? Yes, I watch him all the time. He's a pretty cool dude. I think he's down in Florida. I think. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting hungry though. I haven't eaten anything all morning. Might have to go make me some breakfast here in a minute, you guys. Mine was a pallet with returns, and majority of it was closed, no name brands, nothing. That's why I'm done with it. Yeah, that's how my first pallet was. A lot of Chinese knockoff stuff. Nothing crazy profitable. Now, again, if I find that one that broker who does pallets, and they're just like, hey man, listen, here's the pallet. Tell me how you do, and it's good. Guess what? I'm probably gonna go back to them, because I'm making money. They're making money. And that's the connection I would love to build with somebody, because I would love to do a pallet once a month, if money persists and the profit's there. But it's kind of hard to make that leap, because if you ever notice, there's so many people that always complain about, well, yeah, man, my pallet wasn't worth anything. I spent $700 and I made $800. Nobody wants to spend $700 to make $100. He's the one that could probably help with some info for expansion. Yes, he is not far from me in Florida. Yeah, I mean, you mean like as far as, what do you mean by expansion? Do you mean like growing the business, or like expanding into Amazon, or pallets, or what do you mean? Because I do watch his stuff a lot. He does find some good stuff. He's a grinder. He grinds. He's up there at 5 a.m. going to Walmart and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, no, but for sure though, we would love to do going into other ways of source. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, no, I always like learning new things. And matter of fact, I forgot I had goldfish. Let's go. But yeah, I would love to do like a pallet a month if I could find a good broker, but oh my God, it's so good. I need real food though. There's a wholesaler of pallets in Florida. They always seem to have decent pallets. Let's make a trip one of these weekends. Resellers day out. What part of Florida? The snack is going to be nap time? Maybe, it's possible. Goomba, yeah, he does like Walmart, he does Ollie's, he he even does like dollar store videos too, but mainly like Walmart, TJ Maxx, that type of stuff. I don't think he does garage sales anymore. I don't think he does anything like that because he's making a lot of money through YouTube and making a lot of money through retail arbitrage. I am hungry. And that's why I kind of get into a little bit of everything. Omasasa, where is that at? How far away is that from here? That's why I try to get into a little bit of everything, like, you know, storage units, garage sales, thrift stores, bin stores. Try to be very versatile, but yeah. He had some earlier videos, I believe, that address it. He does more than story brand. He mentioned it in a recent. Oh, so he's going to go back to yard shows. That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, I got you, Harley. I got you, bro. No, I am starving. See what the best option is. Yeah, like I said, pallets would be kind of dope to get into. I do see pallet flippers on YouTube and stuff, and wherever they get their stuff from. And that's the thing too. Like certain people have certain knowledge about certain things, like who to get their best stuff from, and they might have a connection. So sometimes you gotta have that connection. But yeah, 4.5 hours. If I was to do that, it would have to be during the week, though. That's the only problem. It has to be during the week. Oh my God, it's so good. But yeah, like if I was to go to liquidation.com, and I was to go to all right, Goomba, have a good one. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. And if I'm ever in Marietta, yeah, I'll definitely let you know. Because I am looking at trying to expand out towards Atlanta and Florida for like storage units and stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I do get days off here and there. We can work something out. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Like I said, it would have to be during the week though. I couldn't do it during the weekends, but during the week though, for sure. But if I go to, yeah, Goomba, have a good one, man. Yeah, liquidation.com. And if I go to view all pallets, now obviously you want your shipping cost to be low, so I would choose the South. You go Target store supply. Would I purchase a pallet from Lost Cargo? Yeah, I've seen Hustle at Home Mom do that. I mean, it's definitely possible. Possible. But her income is way more than mine through YouTube, so the YouTube videos essentially pay for that. So I mean, I could definitely see myself doing it though. See, like this one right here. I'm looking at this pallet right here. So I'll share it with you guys in the chat if you guys want to see it. So this one is a bunch of shoes. It's saying that there's 98 of them in there. And it's at $360. There's Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Tim's. Oh, I even got some On Clouds in there. So then when we read the manifest, they're saying that this pallet is worth $7,250 at retail. What I normally do is I cut that in half. So you're looking at $3,600 potentially all in this. But then this one would be coming from North Carolina, so the shipping wouldn't be terrible. Probably around $500. So if I can get this under $1,000, it might be worth it, you know. But also too, you look at the manifest. There's some Air Max in there. Definitely some weird shoes in there. Definitely not bad. I don't know. Like little stuff like that, I wouldn't mind getting into. There's even another one right below that. That one also says salvage, though. That's weird. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get some real food. This goldfish is delicious, and I hate to leave y'all, but I'm starving. But yeah, I don't know. We can definitely talk about. I'm gonna do more live streams and stuff like that. I do want to talk about, like, you know, the future of the channel and what route I want to go into, and because obviously I don't want it just to keep being bin store videos, what sold video, bin store videos. I do want to mix it up, but it's so hard with my narcolepsy and all that. So, but we're gonna try. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there for the day. I think we streamed for what, 2.5 hours? Yeah, 2 hours and 42 minutes. So yeah, much love, you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. We will see you guys not tomorrow, but the next day with a video. And I don't know when the next live stream is going to be, but I do appreciate you guys. Everybody that stay with me for this long. Stacy, I am gonna go eat. I need some protein or something. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you guys so much for making my day, making this channel for what it is. And I do appreciate you guys. Remember, at the end of the day, what I've always said, man, one thing you can never get back is time, and I do appreciate you guys' time being here. So much love, you guys. I love you guys. Have a great one, and we'll see you guys later.